How y'all doing? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As you all can see, we're having court. We're in court. Kangaroos in session. We got Judge Gill here. He's an attorney, you all. A criminal defense attorney. And that's exactly what we need. Candace, you have court on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You weird alien. What's the chances of her rescheduling it again for the fourth time? We just counting reschedules at this point. A continuance, Your Honor. We didn't need another continuance because my client can't breathe. She's a pregnant. You ain't gonna make this up. Y'all, welcome back. Make sure you guys come in and hit that like button and tell me what number like you are. If you are tuning in from X, make sure you come on over and subscribe to the Lady Luck Club. Hit the like button. It is free to do. And I appreciate all the support you guys give here. Shout out to all the mods, Lucksters, members. Candy as cult members can kick rocks, but it is what it is. Jesus loves the trolls as well. Thank y'all so much for the support here. I am excited to bring up criminal defense attorney Jill, aka The Whole Truth. You guys have your questions ready. Make sure you send him great comments. And make sure you check out his YouTube channel. We can get it dropped. We will post it up. Go and support him. Hit that like button and subscribe because we're bringing the facts right now. Y'all ready? We're so excited. Let's get to it. Shout out to you. Welcome in.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. Hi, LLC, Lady Luck. Hi, all you great commenters, Mackenzie, Safe Smiles, Megan J. All of you.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, starting to get to know the community.
Absolutely. So give us a little intro. Tell us how long have you been on YouTube? How long have you been doing videos, interviews, all of that great stuff?
Well, I started making some content on YouTube maybe like about probably less than a year ago. Okay. But with gaps in between, I don't have a big following, so it's just when I can. And then Paramount Tactical was gracious enough to let me join his live stream last week, or was it 2 weeks ago? And so been riding those coattails a little bit, and and then I came across your channel. I'm like, I really need to reach out to her because you're awesome. Aww. You're smart and funny. So it's a rare combination. So thank you so much.
Thank you. That warms my heart. I appreciate that. So has YouTube been kind to you, or it's just, it is what it is? Because
I'm not, it's not my main job. So I'm just putting up when I feel like expressing myself. Yeah, I haven't gotten so big yet, but my daughter keeps asking if I'm up to Ellie Sparkle's level. So, everyone subscribe. You don't even have to watch my stuff. Just subscribe, share, and let me tell my daughter I'm up to Ellie Sparkle.
How old is the baby?
I got two. I got a 7-year-old girl and a 10-month-old girl.
Oh, your girl dad. Oh,
yeah, I'm a daddy's girl for sure. A girl's daddy. Yeah. They're sweet.
You have a 10-month-old. You got a baby.
Yeah, and she's a lot of work. She's a lot of work. So if I have to run up and tend to something, that's probably why. But
all good. I'm a whole mama. I know. I got 2 boys. My boys, thank God, one is turning 18 this year, graduating from high school next year. And my youngest is going to the 8th grade. Next year, he'll be going to high school. So get one out, and then the other one will be going in.
Well, Mazal Tov.
Oh, yes. And we'll be empty nesting soon one day in 4 years. As long as they know what they need to do after that, we all good.
Yeah. So 2 seems like a good number. I don't know if I can handle any more.
That's all. I tell you a secret. Enough. 2 is all I can afford.
Yeah. Oh my God. Childcare now, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Exactly. It's tuition.
Yeah. Tuition. We haven't even gotten to that, but just nanny care is like breaking the bank.
It is. So in between you having your family and you working, what's a typical caseload for you? Criminal defense attorney, tell us about the difficulties and challenges in that.
So I started as a prosecutor for a little while. Then I
Okay.
got into criminal defense. The
Mhm.
thing with me is when it comes to criminal defense cases, I really put in like 1,000%.
Mhm.
Especially when my client's innocent. It's like, and
Right.
I've actually that's what I've been handling. And
Right.
so it takes a lot of effort, and most criminal defendants are not very wealthy. So I kind of branched out to personal injury.
Okay.
There's a reason why most attorneys get into it. It's a lot better money. Um,
Yeah.
but criminal defense is where my passion is, and so I just want to focus on just one or two criminal defense clients at a time,
Yeah.
and then branch out to pay the bills.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And we've had attorney Dennis Sperling. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a personal injury attorney, but he's also done criminal defense. And he said the same thing. He was like, listen, you have no idea what it's like when you know you got a settlement coming because of an MVA and it's
Yeah.
like six figures. Like, he said that's why I primarily do personal injury. And
Right.
he's kind of, talked over the um I just had a what in the world the lawsuit. I mean, the criminal matter regarding at the track meet. What's his name? Carmelo Anthony. Jesus Christ,
Oh yeah.
my mind went blank. He came on and spoke with us about the. It was a pre-recorded, but he did talk about the Carmelo Anthony case and gave his thoughts on that. From having that experience as criminal defense,
Yeah.
and he said, the hardest thing is when you're trying to prove your client's innocence and okay, this is what it's clear that they've done this. But then you got all this pressure to go through a trial when the best option might be to take a plea deal. Like,
Right.
and then if you do
Well,
appeal, what's the chances of that appeal going through? So,
right. Well, I mean, a good lawyer would counsel their client, that
yeah,
it's the right move to take a good plea deal rather than
absolutely.
risk it. And even if they're innocent, sometimes a plea deal might make sense just because you don't want to risk it. And that goes both ways.
Yep.
I put out a video about the Tyler Robinson. I would bet money on this. I think it's going to be a plea deal for life without parole, not
Mhm.
because the prosecution's evidence is overwhelming, but I mean, clearly from the defense point of view, it makes
Mhm.
sense to spare your client's life.
Right.
But from the prosecution's point of view, it makes sense too because this candy cult stuff is really disseminating. You could
Yes.
get some crazy person on the jury.
Yep.
Uh, Even if you get a guilty conviction, it's a separate sentencing phase for a
Right.
death penalty. And you
Yep.
could have somebody on the jury that's just morally opposed
Mhm.
to that. Even though they're not supposed to serve on such a case, they might
Right.
get through. I mean, you could have some crazy person run in and say Tyler Robinson is innocent. That's a mistrial. You have to start it from
Yep.
scratch. So,
Man.
for all these reasons, it might make sense for the prosecution to offer that. I think that's
Right.
what's going to happen, but that's just an educated guess.
That's speaks to the fact that they have not entered a plea yet. Is that correct? They still have not entered a plea yet.
Yeah, that I think is coming up September 1st or early September.
Okay.
Uh, the judges, I mean, I'm as close to 100% certain as you can get that the judge is going to bind this over for trial.
Okay.
Yeah, Utah's a little bit different. In California, you enter a plea at your arraignment.
Right.
Uh,
I was like, I didn't know that was the typical order as far as the process. That typically the plea hearing comes before the probable cause hearing. Is
preliminary.
that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean,
Okay.
in California, so I guess Utah does a little bit things differently, and I actually just researched this. Their
Mhm.
jury trials are 8-member jurors, not
Yeah,
12.
we found that out. I was like, most
Yeah.
sounds 12, but yeah, eight.
So, that's
Who's the
probably a little
tiebreaker?
bit better for the prosecution, but
Right.
yeah.
So who would be, you got 8 jurors, who would be the tiebreaker here? I mean, I understand it's like all have to agree, but
Yeah.
with 8 jurors like that, I don't know. And
Well,
then
the evidence is overwhelming, and one of the things that I
mhm,
was thinking about is all these conspiracies. They're very inconsistent, and as a
exactly.
defense lawyer, yes, you have a few different options. You can maybe there's an affirmative defense of self-defense or something that's totally not applicable here.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but your other option is to just say the prosecution hasn't proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt, and you don't really have to bring up any affirmative defenses.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to be kind of logically consistent. And
Right.
these cult members are not consistent. You can say, yes, Tyler Robinson was on campus, and so all the surveillance footage, that's accurate, but
Right.
he didn't take the shot. That's something you can say. Or you can say that's not him and he wasn't
Mm-hmm.
there. But you can't have it both ways. You can't say yes he
Exactly.
was there and yes he wasn't there. You got to kind
Right.
of pick a lane.
Well,
And
exactly. They don't
yeah,
understand reasonable doubt still needs to be reasonable. Like
exactly. Yeah.
it's like they don't get that. And they're invoking all of this bias over, the evidence that we have seen. What are the chances that if they, do this jury selection that you end up having some biased juror slide through? Like, what are the chances of this at this point?
I mean, you're going to see a lot of questioning in voir dire jury selection that's
Mm-hmm.
meant to weed out those people that come into it with prejudices or come into it with a foregone conclusion. That goes
Mm-hmm.
both ways. You want somebody basically clean slate.
Mm-hmm.
But people lie during jury selection,
They
so
do.
yeah, people lie. I
Yeah.
mean, um, it's a fact of life.
Yep.
So you never know, and for that reason, I think that is why the prosecution is going to eventually offer the plea deal. I could be wrong, but I think you
Yeah.
just never know with a jury.
I think that's the best option only because of that.
Yeah,
Because the jury selection pool can be extraordinarily tainted. This is a high profile case. They're
right.
seeking the death penalty. And then, you're talking about the evidence being just lambasted
Yeah,
in the media to where you expect 8 people on a jury to not watch anything. They would
right.
have to literally never say they've never heard of Candace Owens, and that could be a lie. And then, why don't you tell us the legal consequences of when jurors do lie and get caught? What are they looking at?
Well, it rarely comes up that they're actually, tried. It would be perjury.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it falls within the same statute.
Hmm.
Jurors are rarely tried for lying. It's much, so I doubt they would actually be punished for it. I mean, I'm sure it's happened, but it's a perjury charge, just like lying on a witness stand if
Okay.
you're a jury. Um, but so many people lie. It doesn't
Hmm.
doesn't mean
Yeah.
much that they're facing that risk, and it could just be that it doesn't necessarily have to be a malicious lie. Maybe they
Hmm.
think they're not biased, and so they answer accordingly, but turns
Right.
out they are.
Right.
So, and you bring up a good point that like even if they secure conviction,
Hmm.
even if they get the death penalty, then we're going to have this whole long appeal process. And I'm
Right.
sure part of the appeal by the defense is going to be the jury was contaminated
Right.
by the media.
Right.
And, whether or not that's a valid argument, that's just another obstacle for the prosecution, another reason why they would offer a plea deal, to avoid that.
Right. And it seems like the defense attorney is probably gonna, try to decry some level of bias and how their client didn't have a fair trial because you have cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah.
It's typical of criminal matters like this. They don't, but you know, how does that, from your experience, having cameras in this, how does
Well,
that
if it
actually
was
affect?
just the cameras in the courtroom during the jury trial, then
Mhm.
that wouldn't necessarily present any problem by itself. It's the fact that the preliminary hearing was public.
Mhm.
Um, that's only for high profile, and it's because the First Amendment, people have the right to see what's going on in the courtroom.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, the defense did do a standing objection to everything being published, and so they're
Mhm.
certainly going to be arguing that on appeal.
Mhm.
Um, and just because it doesn't might not carry much weight doesn't mean that it's still not a huge burden for the state to argue against it and
Mhm.
fight that appeal.
Okay.
So yeah, for all these reasons, I think that it's going to be pled. life without parole. And if you want, I was thinking of like listing on a whiteboard all the evidence, or probably not all the evidence, but the evidence that was shown during the prelim.
Right.
And this was just for probable cause.
Right.
And
Exactly.
it was crazy. I mean,
There's so much.
most times during prelims, the judge is like, okay, I see on the arrest warrant the name
Uh-huh.
Tyler Robinson. Is that person Tyler Robinson sitting there? Yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We're holding it to trial. That's
Right.
usually enough. And
Yeah.
so they just went so much beyond probable cause. It
Right.
was crazy.
So
And yeah.
I was going to ask you, you think the judge would, want to have that resurfaced again in the trial, or would they would just refer to the record? To prevent redundancy. How do you avoid that? Because
Oh, everything that was at the prelim is probably going to come up again at the trial,
okay,
plus
so
more.
you expect that to happen where you kind
Yeah.
of have this re-showing and re-admitting of the evidence. Now, since they've already done the objections, would they be able to object again to the evidence being admitted?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you're able to object again. You're able to do a standing objection, which
Mm-hmm.
just means you object once and then it you don't have to keep objecting over and over. That is
Okay.
just standing to a certain category of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do written objections beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's nothing stopping from repeating the same objections even once they're overruled.
Wow.
Yeah, but personally, as a criminal defense lawyer, I probably don't object during trial as much as other lawyers because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
that is a little bit off-putting to a jury. When you're
Yeah.
like objection every single second and you keep getting overruled, I feel like jury might think you're being obstructionist. So I personally don't do it that as much as other lawyers, but it's just a personal strategy.
Ah, man, I understand that. Speaking of
Yeah.
obstruction, Candace, the dumb alien that keeps saying dumb things. What are the chances the judge says it's time for a gag order
On
because now
Candace,
it's becoming interference? Yeah,
um,
they already brought her
oh,
name up.
they
She came
did.
up in a hearing because they were trying to figure out all of
I,
the
I don't
outside
know.
external influence. So
I don't know if the judge would have jurisdiction to issue a gag order over non-party, non-witness. And then there'd be a lot of First Amendment issues. I don't
mhm,
know. I don't know that question, to be honest. I
okay.
know. I know the criminal procedure pretty well. I
Hmm.
haven't handled any high-profile cases like this, so
Hmm.
some of these details I don't know off the top of my head. To just being honest,
Okay.
um, much better at thinking logically than I am at memorizing certain
It's all right.
statutes and stuff like that. So I don't know if that. But I don't think the gag order for Candace would be issued. Just conjecturing. I
Okay.
mean, I'm not
So
saying I wouldn't like it. I'm just saying I don't think
yeah,
it's going
no,
to
no, I
happen.
get you. Cause and that's why we asked. Because I mean, factually, I wanted to hear what if, let's say there's witness intimidation going on,
Yeah,
and she is doing it on her channel where the reasonable person could see and understand what she's doing to be witness intimidation, doxing, harassment of witnesses that are testifying. What is the
yeah.
recourse for this? How do
Well,
you prevent that from happening?
yeah. I mean, in that case, the judge could issue like a gag order. I mean, it would be, I guess, like kind of like a gag order slash restraining order.
Okay.
As some type of injunction that just tells her to stop talking about witnesses' locations and stuff, putting them at, and then there's, I'm sure there's criminal statutes that can actually be charged.
Right.
You know, would have to be pretty heinous to actually go that far.
Hmm.
But I wouldn't put it past Candace to go that far. So,
Did you hear her
uh,
video about the police sergeant?
no,
What are your
no.
thoughts on
So
that?
I want to hear because I was following
Mhm.
your stream for the most part today, but I was in and out from work. I want to hear what's going on. What's the latest? I also wanted to touch on this receipt. Do you know about the steakhouse receipt
Oh
issue?
my God, let me pull that up.
because I'm so confused about it.
I am
I
too. I'm gonna be honest. I literally was like, dude, why do you have that?
Are they
Why
saying
do
that
you
the
have
time
that?
of the receipt matches up with the time of the Charlie Kirk murder?
They would
And
it's like a 30-minute window difference, I think. And it's like, well, this restaurant is like 30, it's 3 hours away
uh,
from where he, from UVU. But
so
he was shown on camera at Dairy Queen within that time frame because you got a lot 3 hours to travel. So
yeah.
I think he was shown on camera at Dairy Queen at like 8 something. Correct me if I'm wrong in the check. I'm trying to hold on. Let me
So
pull this up.
while you're looking that up, I had a short video that I posted on X today about the receipt because
Oh shoot, let's check that out. Yeah,
um
let me hold on. Let me share my
yeah.
screen. Okay. Okay, where's your let me you want me to pull up your video first? I can do that.
Or I could just repeat it. I mean,
No, I
either
want
way.
to see
I,
it.
I
I
look a
want to
little
see
bit
it.
jowly because I'm in the car and but
Oh no, I want to see it. Where hold on. Why isn't your channel coming up? Is it the whole truth?
a whole truth 1 2, or if you type in at yeah.
Is it okay, cool. You say you did a video today? Is
Yes.
Candace a Jewish op?
No,
Is it
that's
something else?
yesterday.
Oh, defense. This one? Defense.
No, maybe it's not. Maybe I didn't get it up. I don't know.
What day did you say you did it today?
Yeah. I'm just wondering why it's not showing up. I didn't take it down, did
Oh. Anyone can someone tag me in on if you see it? Can you tag me in on it?
But it's a short video, so I'll just
Yeah.
restate it anyways,
Go
which
ahead. Go
is
ahead.
just that if the theory about this receipt is that it provides
Mhm.
an alibi for Tyler, then it would have been brought up by the defense at the
Right.
preliminary hearing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Why would they not? It just doesn't make sense. And if you have a clear alibi, then he wouldn't be in jail right now. He probably would have gotten out by now if they can show an alibi. It makes
Exactly.
no sense whatsoever that they have this
Exactly.
receipt and they can verify that he was, not in the area at the time, and
You think
wouldn't bring that up during a prelim. That just is stupid. Yeah.
I literally said that. I said, dude, and I don't even know this guy on here. Denon something. Diligent.
Diligent denizen or something
Yeah.
like
I'm
that.
like, and I told him, I said, dude, I don't think you should even have that. I mean, it's not necessary. You posting this up. This is somebody else's receipt, unless it's yours and we don't know it. Like, this proves nothing. This is not going to be corroborated with anything. You don't have any video evidence. You don't
It's
have any other evidence to support that he was there. I said, putting a headless employee up does not substantiate that
that
receipt.
it's so stupid. I mean, and it's perplexing. It's like, why are these people putting up a defense for Tyler that Tyler is not even wanting to put up for himself?
Thank you. It's the
I mean,
logic of it all.
it doesn't make any. And if people are going to say, "Oh, well, his defense lawyers are in on it," then you know what? Tyler can fire them and say, "I want a defense lawyer who points out
Thank
that I
you.
have an alibi."
Thank you.
What
No,
are these people? Are
it's so
they're
weird.
retarded. I'm sorry. And I think that they know that, and
Yeah, they do. And they don't care.
they don't care. They like seeing how frustrated normal people are by how stupid they are. It makes, it provokes.
Yep.
So it's crazy.
It's great. And that's all Candace wants to do. It's just provoke. It's the back and forth on social media because in the
Yeah.
court of law, she has no power. She
Right.
doesn't understand how court works, evidence,
Yeah.
documentation, testimony, nothing.
Logic.
Exactly. She can't even go to court for her own legal matters. This
Yeah.
girl has pushed back her hearing on her motion to dismiss in the Macron case 3 times.
Of course.
It,
Yeah.
And there are court rules with that. Like you can only ask for continuance, but for so long.
Yeah. I mean,
So
without like good cause. Yeah.
exactly. And she don't have any. She can sit here on social media and talk about Tyler Robinson's case. Then you can find time to go to court for your case.
Well, let me ask you, because I
Mhm.
asked some of the your guests at the last chat. Do you
Uh-huh.
think that Candace Owens looks at her followers and thinks to herself, "Wow, these people are so stupid that they're paying me for this nonsense"? Or do you believe that she's genuine? She's also that stupid.
No, I feel Candace is playing her cult base
So
like a
you think
fiddle.
she knows that her followers are just like
That dumb.
ridiculous?
Yeah,
They're
they're gonna
dumb,
believe
and she's
whatever she
just
says.
grifting.
Yep.
Yeah, I tend to believe she doesn't buy this nonsense, but she's very persuasive that she does. So I don't.
Yep. So I want to show you this. And this
Yeah.
this is what I mean. Like this right here. Someone reached out to the Utah Police Department
Hmm.
because what she did was put out this police sergeant that testified,
Hmm.
family name, information, background that we didn't need to know.
Yeah.
And the law does not say, well, if they're a public figure, you're supposed to let her do that. That's not how that works. First of all,
Right.
she's a police sergeant, so she's a covered person, and she's testifying in a high-profile criminal matter,
Yeah.
and she still has the right to not have her family members, people put out there, knowing that it's going to bring on this onslaught of harassment and targeting and bullying and death threats.
Yeah. So this is what you're talking about with the gag order, like this type of conduct specifically,
Exactly. Yes, because
as
this is
opposed to like
from
a broad gag order.
exactly. It's no,
Yeah.
I was asking about this specifically because she actually did that and then tried to say, oh, this is reporting and they're public figures. That's not how federal laws work.
Right.
Cyber
Right.
harassment, bullying. You're doing this online. You've got 6 million bots. You have this influence, and you're out here naming off relatives of this police sergeant who has no bearing on the Tyler Robinson case.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes no sense.
I would definitely think that that might run afoul of
Mhm.
certain statutes, and it
Yeah.
also might prompt, I don't know, gag order or like restraining order, some type of injunction against her from doing that type of conduct. I
Right.
hope so. I mean,
Me
that's
too.
uh,
This is what
going
the
after a test of it's crazy.
it is.
It's crazy. And recently with this Rob O'Neill
Mhm.
sniper saying that it didn't look like a gunshot to him, that's fine. But then he's basically so he's saying that the medical examiner is committing perjury because that was the medical examiner that said we recovered fragments. So they always like kind of like make these vague accusations without saying what they want to say.
And they
It's
don't
it's
understand what
disgusting.
they're saying. It's like they have no idea the consequence that come behind this nonsense they putting out here.
Yeah,
They don't care. Like that this woman is getting this is why I had to retweet this because I'm like, you just doxed this police sergeant and her relatives. She
yeah,
had relatives that you're naming off that had nothing to do with anything. They've done nothing wrong. They're not out there in any newspaper or about anything. And it's like,
right.
why do we don't need the public does not need to know who these people are
Right. Yeah, I
at
was just gonna
all. We don't
say
need to
there's
know that.
there's no benefit to the public.
Not at
I
all.
would usually you weigh the benefit of the public to the risk of
Absolutely.
the person, but
Right.
here that would be a hard sell. Is like what benefit to the public is there
Right.
from naming a testifying police officer's family members?
Thank you.
So yeah,
That's exactly what she did. And
yeah,
it's like her cult base are so mad because they think that coming at me with all this stuff stops us from reporting her to the FBI and to the Utah Police Department. And this person called and they said, good news is I was able to speak with the lead investigative lieutenant for the Utah State Police Department on the phone today. And I encourage people to always follow up with that, to actually call them, make sure they're aware so that they can see overwhelmingly that this should not be tolerated. No one should have to worry about testifying and then having their
Right.
relatives, just name dropped by Candace, whose base is infamous for harassment and targeting and death threats, to have to resort to that because she did her job. This police officer has testified in other criminal cases. This is not her first time. This is not her first criminal case or murder case in particular. So where's all this energy at for everybody else testifying in murder cases? Like, why would you pick this? Why this witness? That's
It's
when
so
you.
crazy.
It's crazy.
It's bewildering. And
Yeah.
if Candace Owens was smart or her followers were smart,
They're not.
what they would do by this point is say, okay, Tyler Robinson was the trigger man behind a wider conspiracy.
You would
Because
think.
then it you don't have to argue with all of this obvious evidence that puts Tyler Robinson there, the DNA, the surveillance, the cell tower phone locations, the text messages, everything. And you could still, say, oh, the Jews were behind it. But instead, they're attaching themselves to this sinking ship of Tyler Robinson wasn't even there. And it's like, okay, I mean, you
When
guys are,
reasonable doubt is no longer reasonable.
yeah,
And just
yeah.
go full blown dumb mode.
And there's a jury instruction too that says beyond a reasonable doubt does not mean beyond all doubt, because everything in the life has some
Exactly.
doubt.
Exactly.
It's got to be reasonable though.
Exactly. That's the one thing I've been saying. Like, you have to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, but it doesn't mean you don't ask questions and challenge certain things. Like,
Right.
this does nothing. This just puts people's lives in danger. It doesn't do anything for the case, but we could ask, okay, why would the first guy that admitted to shooting Charlie Kirk that was arrested, why did he do that? What was his motive for doing that?
Right.
What was his thought process? What was going on with him mentally for him to feel like he needed to admit that he did it, and he know he didn't? But was he?
I think that guy was a schizophrenic or something.
Yeah.
And I brought this up, also good point thanks for reminding me that first Tyler Robinson surrendered, which is a big deal. It's a big piece of evidence that he turns himself in. But yes, we've had cases where some crazy person wants notoriety and turns themselves in, even though they didn't do it. But in those cases, there's not also surveillance footage of that person there. And there's not DNA evidence and text messages and Discord chats. And, that's what happened with the first guy. Some schizophrenic said, I did it. They arrested him. They realized this guy's not well. He didn't do it. And they let him go after a few hours.
Yep.
So, yeah,
they forget about that with that smokehouse thing. Cause it's like, okay, they forget that there was a manhunt for Tyler Robinson. We're using drones. They had, people out on the ground looking for him. So the whole idea of him just going to some smokehouse was it before or after Dairy Queen? I mean, the timeline doesn't add up. And that's oftentimes how, and correct me if I'm wrong, how these cases are built based on a timeline where you have these series of events that have, that have to be corroborated with evidence. Even if you're looking at cell phone data and the vehicle data, cars having black boxes that allow, a analyst to pull that data that can track coordinates of where the vehicle is traveling. Those things corroborate. That's admissible evidence in court.
Right. And during the prelim, during the prelim, the prosecution doesn't wrap it in a nice bow the way that they'll do during trial. At trial, and that's kind of why I've been working on this PowerPoint for tomorrow, is I'm trying to put it, because it was a little bit scattered during the prelim. You jump from surveillance straight to DNA, straight back to surveillance. So it wasn't very neat and tidy. But during trial, it's going to be much neater and tidier. And if you just look at the evidence at the prelim, it's overwhelming. It just wasn't presented in the clearest way.
Right.
So, and like you said, they're just every data point is going to be corroborated with other data points. So it's like you could say, oh, that surveillance footage is grainy. We don't know if that's him. Okay, but we have a cell tower data that matches that. We have his DNA that matches the location.
Right.
And then it's like you can explain one thing away. How do you explain all of it away?
Right. And that's,
Yeah.
oh man, this is the whole thing. Candace saying he wasn't even on campus is that's goes to show the lunacy
Yeah.
and the
I
fact
don't.
that they have no point. They have no credible, reasonable doubt in this. It's just a matter of, well, I don't think he did it. Okay, well then you did it. I mean,
Well,
he
like
said George Farmer did it. I mean, we could just go there and say George Farmer did it. Now what?
and like the text messages, which is so huge.
Yeah, no, right?
Like
Yes.
the text messenger, people don't admit to crimes to their roommate
Thank you.
lover that they don't commit. I don't text message my wife, yeah, I killed somebody when I didn't do it. Like nobody does that.
Nobody.
Uh, but the best they could say is, okay, well, Lance Twiggs is lying, or this was sent by Fed. But I don't know what point they're getting at. It's like, okay, so you're saying that Lance Twiggs is the murderer. Like, what does that do for you? Okay, Lance Twiggs did it. Like, does that change the?
It
I
doesn't
mean,
solve anything.
yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I obviously that would matter for Tyler, but it's
That's why I said George Farmer did it. I mean, we
yeah.
can we can all go there. Like, do
I
we really feel like it? Like,
I think that the best possibility of a conspiracy is that Candace paid Tyler to do it.
I
Because
said that.
yeah, somebody mentioned
It's
that you
in there.
said that, and
Many
I'm
months.
not accusing her. I don't jump around, but
Candace can kick rocks. She could. If she's sitting here talking about Tyler was not there at all, then I Candace. How much did you pay Tyler Robinson? Because
why are you trying to get him off so badly? You don't want him to spill the beans?
I'm like, oh my God. Candace called for Erica Kirk to be jailed. Did you know that?
Uh,
Off the jail, Erica.
I don't.
At
I
least
don't.
questioning.
I know she made a mini series called Bride of Charlie about
He
Erica Kirk.
called for her to be jailed. Off to jail, Erica. At least interrogation and questioning. For what crime again? Cite the statute code, Candace. What crime? What violation of law has occurred? Cite the law. Like this is, oh my God. I'm like, I never thought I would just like see this level of depravity.
Yeah,
Where you're wanting an innocent American to be jailed. Yeah. Judges don't get away with that. I reported on 2 judges that got removed from the bench for taking away someone's liberty and freedom with no justifiable or legal reason at all.
Right.
You talking about you want her to just go to jail, but you can't say what law she violated. Which out of your mind? Oh my God.
I mean, in a way, like I think Candace Owens, for making the line between good and evil so clear and showing who's on the, because you can't get any worse than going after a grieving widow. It's like, what's next? Like, I'm against puppies, like, what are you gonna do? She's so sick.
You and that puppy you brought in.
She really just sets the bar very low.
She got something against midget horses. Did you know that? She told Bishop Shapiro help you that midget horse you rode in on. Oh, okay, we'll just turn that into a theme and put out a lot of photos with it.
So hey, let me pull up my whiteboard here. And
pull out the whiteboard, y'all. We got a lot.
Yeah, let me pull up the whiteboard. Tell me if I'm missing stuff. I just want to kind of clearly make out the evidence that we saw at the prelim. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Kind of.
I can see. Can y'all see?
Okay. So we have the surveillance footage, right? Mm-hmm. And the surveillance tracks not just Tyler, but also his vehicle, and it tracks him from before he does like a reconnaissance thing where he comes in early in the morning, not early, but like 8:30, I think 10:30, a few hours before. I forget exactly off the top of my head. But we see him exit his vehicle in one set of clothing. Apparently, he went to go talk with some TPUSA people. And then he goes back to his vehicle. I think he leaves campus. And then he comes back dressed differently with something in his pant leg.
Right.
With a limp, at least, right?
Yeah.
So we have multiple surveillance footage,
Right.
and at multiple times. Then we have, sort of the grainier footage of him climbing down, or the shooter climbing down from the building where the shot was taken from. But it's
Right.
consistent with his with his figure.
Mm-hmm.
Now they also said that he ate at Chick-fil-A.
Did
But
it
they
that
said,
morning
yeah,
beforehand? Before it happened. Okay, yeah, I
beforehand,
remember.
yeah,
Yeah.
on campus. So we're probably
Okay.
likely to see at trial maybe some of that financial transaction. If he
Mm-hmm.
paid for it with a credit card.
Right.
Again, everything we saw at the prelim is just for probable cause. We're going to see more,
Right.
and,
Exactly.
and so they're going to have corroboration there. Probably more footage from other locations.
Right.
So I don't think the defense is going to argue that he wasn't there, because then
Right.
it's too
They're not
hard to
even saying.
explain
I don't
everything.
think they're not even saying he didn't do it. They're not.
Yeah,
They didn't even say he didn't do it. I
I
think they
think
just
they're gonna. You're right. They're gonna argue like mitigation,
right.
spare his life, that he's young, he made him, stuff like that, remorse, what
Right.
have you. Um, but they're also gonna bring up the cell tower location
Yep.
to corroborate the locations shown on the surveillance, the vehicle.
Yep.
We also have the ring camera footage that puts them around the location a few hours later.
Right.
I think that was at night. And
Mm-hmm.
uh, he also went to a car wash
Did he?
nearby. Yeah, and I didn't see that during the prelim, but
I didn't
reviewing
see
the
that either.
testimony,
Wow.
yeah, he went to a car wash like short while after the shooting. So that's again going to
Mm.
be another data point that puts him around there. And keep in mind, he lives 3.5 hours away,
Right.
and he's not a student or a graduate of UVU. So the defense is, and he's not a fan of Charlie Kirk. I mean, by any stretch. So
Right.
why he was there, the defense is going to have to address that somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's just the surveillance footage. Then we have the DNA.
Right. He left it. I tell what I keep telling people. You got if you
Yeah,
want to physically put someone in a location, if they
right.
leave DNA behind, even skin cells or hair samples, that's DNA.
That
It's just like
and
a
it's like
fingerprint.
definitive that
Exactly.
it's they have it on the screwdriver that was located where the shot was taken from.
Right.
They have it on the gun and the towel
Yep.
that was found nearby.
Right.
And then they have it from other items that were recovered from Tyler's apartment, such as
Right.
the and then also I think there were other empty casings, or not
Okay.
empty,
Yeah.
unspent.
Because they were and they had this imprinting like specialized printing on
Right.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. So those etchings, unspent bullets
Mm-hmm.
with etchings, which is not common.
Just plain.
And then at Tyler's apartment, they found a Dremel tool capable of doing those etchings
Wow.
with Tyler's DNA on it.
Mm-hmm.
They found more gun cartridges. Again, all of these are consistent with the gun that was found, the rifle, the 30-06.
Mm-hmm.
And then they found targets used for target practice. Okay.
Okay.
Then now the 30-06. So you have all this DNA.
Yep.
Now then you have the ballistics and
Yep.
like the cause of death. I'm sorry, it's all messy.
No, you're good. As long as
So
I can hear you saying the information out, you good to go.
the medical examiner said that the cause of death was a single gunshot wound to the neck,
Mm-hmm.
and they recovered bullet fragments
Mm-hmm.
consistent with the 30 caliber. Now, again, some of the candy cultists are latching onto the fact that the tool marks from the bullet fragments were inconclusive when tried to match with the gun that was retrieved. They didn't say it didn't match. They just said that it's inconclusive. There's not enough to go on. They were all warped and damaged, so they couldn't conclusively prove that's where it came from.
Okay.
But again, it's like, so are you going to argue that he wasn't shot by a 30 caliber, or are you going to argue that he was, and so the medical examination is truthful,
Mm-hmm.
but it just wasn't from that rifle? You can't have it both ways. You can't have
Right.
it like uh,
Because
yeah,
one theory supports the findings from the medical examiner. So, the idea, oh well, if that's what they're trying to say, it will almost be moot. If you have another piece of credible evidence to corroborate that it was this bullet from this gun,
yeah,
because this medical examination also pulled the same type of bullet fragment out of his neck, then and you have DNA on that gun itself. So both components have corroborating evidence to support it. Their
yeah.
argument would be moot. It would be irrelevant.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't make sense. And the rifle that was found again has not only has his DNA, but Tyler
Mhm.
Robinson recognized it as. I'm sorry, Lance Twigs recognized
Mhm.
it as belonging to Tyler Robinson, the gun that he
Mhm.
had. I'm sure we're going to get some more testimony at trial that will link the
Mhm.
gun to Tyler Robinson. I think
Right.
it belonged to his grandfather or something. So I'm sure we'll get some of that.
Okay.
Maybe we'll even get like some more financial transactions about like him buying the bullets,
Right.
him uh buying gas on the way to and from UVU. We're gonna
Right.
see a lot more just corroboration for everything, but this is just
Right.
from the preliminary hearing.
Right. And man, they have terabytes of data.
Yeah, and
We're
then
not talking about the video angles of the actual, moment he was shot itself. I mean, good grief.
we have the text messages where
Yes.
he's like, "I killed Charlie Kirk." I
Uh,
and
you know,
and not
so,
only that, he says other things that are really consistent with something only the shooter would have known, like talking
thanks.
about retrieving the gun.
Yep.
Um, Discord chat again, just another data point. I'm sure we're going to get more of the
Yep.
digital evidence. I think he was probably doing a bunch of searches
Mm-hmm.
on his phone, and even
Right.
if you try and delete that, usually that's saved.
Yeah.
So
Can you
that's good.
please expand more on that? Because I think Candy asses forget. If you try to delete something on your phone, does not mean you cannot get it from the phone carrier because it's on their server. Can you explain that?
Well, yeah, not only from the phone carrier, but honestly, the police investigators use Cellbrite or some different data retrieval technology, and I've seen it when I was working at the DA's office.
Mm-hmm.
All When you delete a text message,
Mm-hmm.
when you recover it from Cellbrite, all it does is say this message was deleted at this time of the day, and you see the message. So it's
Thank you.
literally the only way to really delete a text message is to max out the memory on your phone and
Mm-hmm.
then add to it. Then we'll start deleting information. But the text messages you think are deleted, they're not deleted.
They're not.
They're
Thank
not.
you. Y'all heard this from a criminal defense attorney now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ain't
So
coming me.
so we're gonna see, and then probably more data, digital evidence from his personal computer stuff. He's probably
Yep.
looking up Charlie Kirk's event
Yep.
beforehand.
Yep.
Maybe other motivating
Mm-hmm.
factors. Like I don't know, hateful rhetoric or whatever. We're probably going to see a lot more of that.
Right.
So if we saw all this at the prelim, and I think I didn't even finish, going through it. There's
Oh yeah, that's
more.
that's a lot of information.
Yeah, the prosecution has him dead to rights,
Right.
and if I'm a good defense lawyer, I'm telling my client, look, if they offer a plea deal, you need to take
We're
it.
taking it. Yep.
Yeah, you're taking
Yep.
it because otherwise you're not. I mean, unless some crazy thing happens, you're going to be convicted, and then you you're either going to be facing life or
Quite
death
possibly
penalty.
innocent. Yep.
So it's like If you, I mean, maybe he doesn't want to live, so maybe he wants to risk it. But if you want to live, then
Yeah. It's
so yeah,
I was gonna say when you have someone that admits to the crime
yeah.
and then they get to the plea hearing and now it's not guilty, you know, how does that have some effect on the jury, especially when you admitted to this stuff in text messages? I understand he
Oh,
has a right to say not guilty, but what does that impression leave on the jury when you have evidence that you admitted to this crime and then you plead not guilty?
I mean, the only way to get around. I mean, if it was only the text messages,
Mm-hmm.
you nothing else, but just the text messages,
Mm-hmm.
then it would still be a hard case to win for a defense because I mean
Mm-hmm.
he's admitting to it. He admits to it in different ways, not just like one off. He says it a number of times, and then Lance Twiggs I think testified that he told him in person that he admitted to it.
Yeah.
So, and really that's all it takes actually, just by itself, just one
Mm-hmm.
credible witness saying that.
Yes.
So if I mean, you can argue that the text messages were sent from his phone by someone
Mm-hmm.
else. You know that's how you would best argue it as a defense lawyer. You would say somebody grabbed his phone and started texting it, but and maybe if that was it, then that would be a strong defense. But when you have it combined with everything else,
Right.
then it's
And they would have to prove the phone was at a different location from other than where he was, because it's my understanding he went to his parents' house, did he not? Went
I
to his
think
parents-
I think what happened was that after the murder, he was driving. He was in the area of UVU for a little while. That's where we caught him on the ring camera at night. He was
Mhm,
trying to retrieve the gun. He was following the news and texting
mhm,
about it. Then he went back to his apartment with his Lance Twiggs apartment,
mhm.
and then he basically said, "I'm going to turn myself in," and then he went to his parents to do
Gotcha.
that.
Okay.
I think that's timeline. Don't quote me on it. I've been
Okay.
There's a lot of different evidence here, and it was the longest prelim I've ever seen.
Oh
So I
my
didn't
God,
see
was
all of
it?
it.
It was a
Yeah,
week long. Oh man, I was like
yeah,
the first 2 days was like a work day, 8 hours.
yeah,
Oh, that judge had to be there, just sitting there, like, oh my God,
yeah.
Lord of mercy, and he
I think
trying. I mean,
the
can you go over what establishes credibility of a witness? Like, what are the things that the jury is listening for, the judge is listening for when you're establishing a witness's credibility?
yeah, there's a number of like common things that are used to assess credibility, demeanor. You're
Hmm.
allowed to judge. You can judge any witness's credibility by their demeanor.
Okay.
Uh, a lot of times, the prosecution, I'm sure, is going to try and bring up. I'm sorry, not the prosecution, the defense. If
Mhm.
Lance Twiggs testifying, I'm sure they're going to try and bring up different things to attack his credibility. If he has
Mhm.
any criminal record, it would
Mhm.
have to, depend on what type of crimes.
Okay.
Uh, certain crimes are considered crimes of dishonesty, and so you're
Mhm.
allowed to bring that up to a witness.
Okay.
Um, they're probably going to bring up, any bias,
Mhm.
like try to imply that Lance Twiggs is angry at Tyler and is just,
Mhm.
has it out against him. Um, you can bring up, prior incidents that show dishonesty.
Mhm.
Um, but there's limitations on that. It's got to be kind of relevant and narrow.
Okay.
So that I mean, those are the main things when you're attacking someone's credibility, and then of course their ability to perceive or their actual knowledge of what they're talking about.
Okay. So with Lance Twigs, seeing that he has testified, I'm sure the defense will try to object to him giving testimonial evidence. But as far as credibility, you know, what the onus of that, as far as how the jury sees it, would be based on the text messages that he corroborated the what, maybe they have emails or something to that extent. Would that help, to ensure that his testimony is credible, that he is determined to be credible based on the other evidences that he has to corroborate the
Corroborate.
communication. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. Usually, I mean, it would be depend on who brings it up first. If the defense starts going after Lance Twig's
Mm-hmm.
credibility,
Mm-hmm.
saying for example, oh, there's an inconsistency in something you said or what have you,
Mm-hmm.
then the prosecution is going to bring up stuff to show that was in fact consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So really depends on kind of which route they're going to go in terms of the defense and the cross examination. Lance Twiggs is definitely going to be testifying at this trial
Okay.
if it goes to trial.
Yeah.
He is an important witness. I mean, he's the one that we know, or that he testified. Tyler Robinson admitted to it, plus to authenticate the text messages.
Right.
I don't know if we're going to be seeing Tyler Robinson's parents, because I don't know if he actually confessed to them. That didn't come out at the prelim, but it might come out. That would be just.
Well, wouldn't they put his dad on if his dad turned him in? Wasn't there some dialogue that occurred between the father and the police?
Yeah, I don't know if I missed that part during the prelim. I know that they turned him in, or they went with him to turn himself in,
Right.
because they identified him from the surveillance footage stills that were published. But I don't know if on top of that, Tyler Robinson admitted to it. But yeah, my guess is that you're going to have at least one of his parents testify, maybe both, maybe that family friend that was with them.
Right. That drove. That drove him.
But yeah, it will probably also be to authenticate or to corroborate that the gun matches, their gun.
Okay.
I mean, how much more evidence does
it's just, they either believe none of it or all of it. I mean, it's so extreme. It's like you have the ability to ask questions, reasonable questions. What you cannot do is drum up buffoonery, intimidate witnesses, or dox them.
Right.
Especially police sergeants. Or to sit here and to say he wasn't even there on the campus and all this evidence says otherwise. It doesn't make sense. And the thing about the receipts, if they get receipts to show Tyler Robinson using this specific Visa debit card that they're claiming was used at this smokehouse restaurant, then now they can match up the Visa card numbers that they're able to see.
Yeah.
So if it's like the last 5 or 6 or the last 4, they'll be able to match it and see if this is the same card used at Dairy Queen or Chick-fil-A that was used also at the smokehouse. That's what evidence is supposed to do. It's supposed to either corroborate or rule it out. But
I mean,
these money in the water is so bad, it's ridiculous.
These they don't even know what they're arguing anymore, and they're grasping at straws. And yeah, I mean, they just need to. I mean, I don't know how many of them have actually seen what was going on at the prelim, because a lot of them I don't think have seen it, because they keep saying, "Oh, what evidence? What evidence?" It's like there's a lot of evidence.
The probable cause affidavit. She didn't even read it.
Oh my gosh,
she hasn't read it.
And again, yeah, so you can call into question the surveillance footage saying it's grainy, but how do you explain the DNA? You got to explain that too. You can't just pick one thing and then be like, that's it. Everything else is, based on
science. What is science? This is coming from the woman who cannot tell you the freezing point of water or what thunder is. Like, she doesn't believe in science. She doesn't believe in it. It's like almost you're nullifying your whole existence on earth when you believe nothing. What is factually based and concrete for you? It's like someone saying, I don't believe in cars and driver's license. And then once their stupid show is done, they go get in a car and drive somewhere.
Right.
Knowing they need a license, knowing they need to have registration, knowing they need to have insurance and stuff. Like, cars don't operate on gasoline. It operates on salty tears and unicorn juice. And then they get out and they go to the gas station to the Quick Trip or BP. Like it's like you say all this in your videos on your channel, all this big talk you got. And then, as soon as you're done with that little 1 hour pre-recorded, pre-scripted show, you go out knowing that here in life, you need to put gasoline in your car. It doesn't operate on salty tears. But for her, it's like, this is what keeps people clicking that video and giving her clicks, views, and engagement. Yeah, we just gonna sit here and say that, no one should put gas in their car anymore. You should use, windshield wiper fluid. Like, that's not how that works, but she doesn't care. They don't care.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Honestly, we're seeing this mass psychosis. It's crazy. And we wonder how, these cult leaders got their followers to commit suicide.
Yes.
And you see it with these people following Candace Owens. Like, she's charismatic, but I personally don't think she's that charismatic. But these people are like willing to follow her off a cliff. Like, even when it goes against all of reason and evidence and irrationality, it's kind of scary. It's really kind of scary. It says a lot about human nature, and that's why the prosecution has to think, like, what if one of these people gets onto a jury? We gotta,
right. It's oh man, at some point, and this is how, and I tell people this when I first started reporting on Candace. The first thing I did was went over her lawsuits, because for me, I can kind of gauge the thought process, their actions. If you can't take court seriously, I know where you stand. Like, she thinks she's above the rule of law.
Yeah.
So if you say, hey, you doxed someone, you have brought, unwanted harassment, death threats, targeting, bullying towards a police sergeant who was doing their job as an officer testifying in a criminal matter, then they get mad. Oh, that's called free speech. No, it's not. That's not free speech, but federal laws say it's not free speech. I didn't write them. I just read it. Like, they think she's supposed to be able to just do this. Now, she gets away with it because there's no consequences for when she does it. And then you got the dumb cult members that somehow want to live lawlessly, but yet when you report them to law enforcement, now they're crying and throwing tantrums like some clowns. Like, that was the first thing I said. This girl can't handle herself in court.
Well, did you see? I think her first lawsuit, or one of her lawsuits, was against her landlord.
Yeah, that was the first one I went over. I went over that first, and I've been clowning her about the yeast infection.
Yeah, I did a video about that. I said maybe that's where a lot of her rage is coming from, is that she has these systemic yeast infections. I mean, by her own admission. So that's my first foray into Candace Owens' history. She is and look, I've defended a few clients in criminal cases where they were falsely accused by sociopathic narcissists, and they happen to be women, and so I feel like there is this there is this category of women, and not to sound sexist, but that's what they do, is these false allegations. Instead of being sadistic like sociopathic men, and they go for the false allegations and the attacking of their reputations and the horrible, vile gossip. 1 second, I have to let my dog in.
You're good. Yeah, oh man, money stat can't fix that one, Katie. It's that itchy, scratchy feeling that never goes away.
That could explain a lot of her rage. I'm telling you.
It might. It's like, dude, you get. Here's the thing. What was so funny about it was she hired the wrong type of attorney. She hired a personal injury attorney when she should have hired an attorney that can help with evictions and stuff, that tenant landlord disputes like this, and then did not show up at the final hearing.
And
She didn't even show up, and they counterclaimed on her. They counterclaimed for the back pay of rent and attorney's fees, court costs, and she didn't even show up. So they won by default judgment.
right. Yeah, I saw that. 20 it's 20,000. I doubt they ever got that money though.
That's what I'm saying. Why would they? Key answer is what happens when you do have a judgment issued against you and you don't pay it? Like, how, other than getting an order to enforce it,
There is
you know.
collecting on a judgment is a lot of work.
Uh-huh.
You got if you could put levies on bank accounts
Okay.
or wage garnishment or a lien on property, but if it's their home, then usually you can't, you're not going to be able to collect. That's why usually if you get a judgment for 100,000, you can just
Mm-hmm.
sell it to like a collector for 10,000 and you'd be
Mm-hmm.
happy with that because going about actually collecting the money is
Mm-hmm.
not easy usually.
Wow.
Um, I mean, there's ways to go about it, but for
Mm-hmm.
20,000 judgment, it's almost not worth crying because you could spend 20,000 trying to collect it and then never get anything. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So if the apartment community did not get, let's say she hasn't paid it, there's no recourse for them to be able to recoup that now, knowing that she is a multimillionaire with
Yeah,
property.
probably by now they would go after her, but yeah, she probably has it hidden away in trusts and different things is probably still not so easy to get a hold of. But there are ways.
So regarding the Macron and Brian Harper lawsuits, what do you take on? I know you criminal defense, but what do you take on those? What chance do you think they have of either winning or
I
chances of
don't know
her
that much
on them
about
saying, let's settle?
I don't know that much about defamation, but
Hmm.
based on what I've heard from other lawyers that are more expert on it,
Hmm.
the Brian Harple is pretty solid. I mean, if
Yes.
Erica Kirk sued, that would be guaranteed. But I
Yep.
assume she's waiting for the criminal case to be done before doing that. Um, as for the Macron case,
Mhm.
yeah, I think that it's. I don't know, like jurisdictionally, if there's any issues because it's a foreign leader. You know what? Watch what she does. She's gonna say that it was all in jest. She's gonna say this was all just a joke. Everyone knows that
She
I was
already tried
joking.
it. She
I,
actually said, "Did you know she actually put up a post on X saying I defamed them? I just did it in Tennessee."
uh, she said what? I defamed them.
She
I just
said,
did what?
she said, "I defamed them. I just did it in Tennessee."
Oh, so she admits it.
Yes, she admitted it. It's like, girl, you can't make
Yeah,
this up.
yeah, dude. She is a
Oh my god.
narcissist. She has not been taken to account yet for all of her
No.
actions. Somebody needs to bankrupt this bitch. I'm sorry. It's part.
Oh, you can stand it ovation.
Well, I think everybody that follows her at this point needs to agree with that.
Yes. Oh, see, Candace, I'm telling like it is every time you helpful. Yes. Sue her
Dude,
ass into oblivion. Oh, thank you for saying that, man.
well, she deserves it. I mean, if anyone deserves it, it's her. She's not a good person.
Oh my god.
She's and I can't believe people like Megan Kelly that have thrown their law in
Oh,
with her.
Megan
It's crazy.
Kelly is. Let me tell you something. Her and this Baron Coleman clowns. These people claim to be, or at some point claimed to be, a bar licensed attorney. I mean, I have not been to law school, and I think they're just a complete insult to the rule of law. What are your thoughts?
There's a lot of
You need to
idiotic
be smart.
lawyers. There's a lot of idiotic lawyers. I mean, I thought the bar exam was pretty hard, so but some people could scrape through it. Um, but
Mm-mm.
someone like Baron Coleman, I don't know. I think he's just another grifter. Like I don't think
Yeah,
Candace Owens is as stupid as her followers. I think
yeah.
Candace is much smarter than her followers. I don't think she's that smart though,
No, she's not.
but I think she's smarter than her followers. But Baron Coleman, I don't know much. I haven't followed his
He's a bar
craziness.
licensed attorney, and it's like hearing him because the cult members like, oh, you should listen to a different perspective. Why? So I can lose brain cells. I watched some of his video where he was trying to say that the Brian Harper lawsuit lacked merit and it would be dismissed because you can't just trample on free speech. That's all he kept saying, and I was like, this idiot would never make these dumb arguments as legal arguments in front of a district judge. That judge would probably admonish his dumb behind and sit him down. Nothing was based on the finding of law. He didn't even cite case law. No precedent said it. Nothing.
I think he's just in it for the money. I think, like, honestly, if I wanted to get a bigger following, if I was unethical, I would just come out and say Tyler Robinson is innocent. Obviously, I guarantee I'd be a lot bigger than I am. Because it's a much easier way to. But so I think that's the deal with him. I think he knows everything he's saying is nonsense, but he's collecting a lot of money from it.
Yep.
I think Candace Owens, even though she's making a lot of money, I think her motivation is more envy and jealousy and hatred of Erica Kirk.
Yeah.
And Charlie to an extent.
Yep.
Than it is money. Yeah. But this is just my speculation. You think?
No, I agree.
Yeah. She has enough money. I don't know if she's doing this right now for money.
Greed. It's like the greed. And it's not just the money. It's like her over and over again talking about how she was going to be back on the stage next to Charlie Kirk. And it's like, no, you addicted to power.
Yeah.
You want control. The only time I think this is the first time I've really heard someone say, this is not how you grieve. And she lost her husband. Like, for her to think she gets to dictate and control how someone else grieves is disgusting and deplorable. And I always say she doesn't have to pay her bills. So why do you care how she grieves? Leave her alone. You don't like to leave her alone. Too much like right.
It's insane. It's I mean, I've looked into it. I'm like, I cannot find one thing that Erica Kirk has said or done that was like wrong. Nothing. She's just she's just a grieving widow that hasn't done anything wrong in her, at least that I could find. Not even controversial. So it's just why you would attack somebody. So I think narcissists, and I'm not a doctor, but I think I'm qualified enough to say that Candace Owens is definitely a narcissist.
Oh yeah, she is.
She saw Erica Kirk getting sympathy and attention after Charlie Kirk's murder, and she wants that. It's a certain type of attention of sympathy also, and Candace Owens wanted that, and it fed into her jealousy.
Yep, and I agree. It's what it comes down to. It's this level of envy and jealousy and obsession. And she already admitted. She said, and I quote, "I have direct sources and contacts living in her residential building, obviously, and you have eyes and ears everywhere. We're always listening."
Why? What? Like for what? What?
Stalking.
It's
people don't understand that stalking.
That is stalking. That's dangerous.
You're not physically there. You're facilitating this behavior by saying you have sources and direct contacts living in her residential building. Eyes and ears everywhere. We're always watching, always listening. These things came out of her mouth. And it's like, she just admitted in the state of Arizona, it's a class 3 or class 5 felony, depending on the severity of the situation. But the state of Arizona characterizes that and finds it as a felony, not a misdemeanor.
And she has kids. Erica has kids, young kids.
Yes.
And even if somebody's not stalking, saying it is going to cause them anxiety, and like it's just
it's going to bring on that behavior. It just like with the police sergeant, it brings on and introduces that person to this harassment campaign.
And you're going to be paranoid. You see somebody down the street, you don't know if they're the stalker or just a regular person, and it's so crazy that anybody's defending it. It's just we live in crazy times.
Right.
Well, I had a point, but I lost it.
No, you're good. I was gonna ask you. So,
Yeah.
Can you, explain kind of just overview about cyber harassment? And what is the burden with that? What is it based on the perception of the petitioner, or can you speak on that a little bit so that people can kind of understand?
Are we talking about criminal charges or civil?
uh
The civil would be a lot lower burden.
Civil. Let's start with that, because I've been saying Erica Kirk should get a restraining order because of
Yeah,
that.
so that would be your civil. Usually, that's pretty much civil.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, she probably would meet her burden pretty easily with the threats and the harassment.
Okay.
Um, I've helped clients get restraining orders for a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I mean,
Because if she takes okay,
I'm trying to
Candace said
think of.
this, and then all these extra death threats and kidnapping threats have come my way. Now I'm concerned and in fear of my life because I don't know who her sources and direct contacts are living in my building.
Right.
So that together would be sufficient
To get
for.
a restraining order, and the restraining order
Yeah.
would be kind of like a non-harassment,
Mm-hmm.
non-defamation.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Each state is different.
Mm-hmm.
In my experience in California, that will definitely qualify as harassment. It's an ongoing pattern. It's
Mm-hmm.
not, if it's a one-off or maybe a one, double off, then the judge might be more skeptical about issuing a restraining order on that basis. But if it's a
Mm-hmm.
pattern of harassing conduct, and if
Right.
it legitimately puts you in fear for your safety, or
Mm-hmm.
especially your kids' safety, and I
Right.
would add them to the restraining order, even though Candace might not have mentioned them by name yet.
Mm-hmm.
She's putting them at risk too,
I think she
honestly.
has mentioned the daughter's name. She said the daughter's name a few times, and it's like, why are you bringing up this minor child? Is there? I mean, good grief! Like, she has no integrity at all. The idea that you got people going after minor children, they're getting kidnapping threats. Like,
Right. Well, let me
I,
let me ask you, Lady Luck, if you
Mhm.
thought that a friend of yours was killed by somebody other than the person charged, if you really felt that way and you felt like there was evidence, would you start going on your podcast and start making mini series about it? Or would you start like trying to behind the scenes like contact law enforcement to get them to look into nothing she's doing is to get to the
exactly,
truth. This
not at
has
all,
nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's actual murder.
not at all.
And I also wanted to get your take on this. What's with the overlap between people that hate Erica Kirk and people that hate Jews? Because I don't understand why everybody that is going after Erica Kirk also happens to hate Jews. And I'm wondering if you have a take on that.
Honestly, I think the people that Candace has now following her never cared for Erica Kirk or Jews or Israel or TPUSA in general. I honestly don't think they ever cared. It seems like they're all acting like Tyler Robinson. Oh, how dare you say something I don't like? Now I'm seeing you a death threat. Like that's how they're acting, and it's like they get mad when you point that out. But it is what it is. You sending messages on X where you sending out death threats. The difference is I don't play that crap. I mean, she has this following of people who are getting behind her simply because they never cared in the first place. They never supported TPUSA, what they did, their messaging, their
Yeah.
motto. They,
Yeah.
of course, Erica Kirk is like, listen, I was given this organization from my husband. I'm sure she and I said this plenty of times before. Erica Kirk, if she had to choose, would rather have a husband.
Of
But
course.
these are the same people that want you to believe Tyler Robinson was nowhere near UVU. He wasn't on camera. He has no DNA. Obviously, his bones aren't real. Blood is not real. Science is not real. 4 times 7 is 1,800 in their mind. I mean, it's Wackyville. 24/7. They're in this
And
social media.
there's a lot of these people though. That's what's like scary. It's not like a fringe cult. I sometimes feel like
Yeah.
half the people on X are the normal good people, and the other
Mhm.
half are these candy cultists.
Yes.
It's like it really seems like half and half at this point, and
Yep.
that's disturbing.
It's worse that she's taking them through this alternate reality where she has them believing this stuff is not real. And then when they go out into the real world, because some of these people are crazy enough to follow through on a death threat.
Yeah,
That's the issue. And now
yeah,
it's like you put people's lives in danger.
yeah,
And it ends up being the same story that we've seen unveiled because Tyler Robinson didn't like what Charlie Kirk said, so he went to UVU and shot him on national television in front of thousands of people. You're perpetuating that same cycle. And she has no concern for human life. She has no empathy. She doesn't have a soul, conscience, a brain, a heart, or nothing. She doesn't care. And when you say, okay, look, the way we're going to resolve this is through the law. You're going to get sued or you're going to get with some charges. Then they get all in a tizzy. No, you've
yeah,
already stood on business with it to get to this
yeah.
point. Don't back down now. Don't be a coward now. No, we're
It's
going to go
all
ahead
fun
and
and games until it comes back to them. Then
there you
it's
go.
yeah.
So
Then
there's
all
a
of a
legal
sudden,
consequence.
right.
Yep.
Uh, I gotta go, but it's been a pleasure. If I
This is
had
amazing.
one takeaway to leave everyone with, it's that Tyler Robinson is the evidence against him is overwhelming,
Yep.
and you can maybe explain one or two pieces of evidence as a defense lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
but when it comes down to like 50 or 100 different things that all corroborate, all work in perfect synchrony,
Yep.
you, you want a plea deal as a defense lawyer in a
Yep.
case like this.
I agree. They need to go ahead and get that plea in and do what they need to do. And it's tough, but hopefully Erica Kirk sues too. I hope she doesn't wait to the end because that could be a minute. But hopefully
Yeah,
she go ahead and
yeah.
sue, and it'll piss her off because we expect that. But it is what it is. I mean, and it definitely will put some kibosh on some things, and she can get the restraining order done at the same time.
Amen. And I hope TPUSA, if they ever come across this, I hope they realize that they were a little bit late to calling out Candace Owens, which is
Mhm.
fine. They wanted to give her a lot of grace, but I don't want them to do the same thing with Megyn Kelly and Tucker Carlson. I feel
Right.
like those two should be banished from the movement for throwing their lot in with with Candace. I
Mhm.
mean, it's time to pick a side.
Amen to that. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Gil.
Thank you
You
so
are
much.
amazing. Okay. You are welcome to come back at
Uh,
any time. And we're gonna continue on, but I'm gonna let you go. You guys thank Gil for joining us. Go subscribe to him, show him some love, and I will see you again soon. Let me know when you're ready to
yes.
come back.
Anytime. I love you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Be
All
good.
right.
There y'all go. Oh man, he said sue that bitch. Candace, see, I told you everybody was calling you a bitch. We're here for it. Y'all now. Oh man, listen. That was absolutely amazing. We have Nick Brooks coming on Saturday. Oh my goodness. So we're going to have double the fun. 2 attorneys in 1 week. I'm here for it. And the evidence is overwhelming. You all want to hang? Y'all want to hang? Hit the phone. Because we can do Sean Ryan now. And we definitely will get in Edie Marie. Edie, we love you, girl. She got some new videos. Oh, I am so here for this. Let's get an Edie Marie laugh break. Cut to commercial. And then we can go to Sean Wright. Do that interview, honey. That sound good to you all? Is she putting up the videos over there on X or is it on YouTube? I saw some new ones on X. I did see that. You guys are tagging me in. You guys are awesome. Did y'all enjoy that? I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'm so glad we were able to get that out and put it to the forefront, especially about Candace doxing this. This is coming from someone that went to law school, defense attorney. Based on the information, it wouldn't be hard to get an injunction at the very least for harassment, because see, when with a civil matter, the burden is a preponderance. It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. So if the prosecutors say you got the entire police department being harassed, targeted, bullied, and getting death threats, even if they're going to come to court and still testify, it does not mean that they should not be in fear of their life and safety for themselves and their relatives. Because we, the public, did not need to know anything about those relatives. The candy ass cult members have ADHD. They don't even remember that crap because it's not significant. They're like, well, okay, yeah, thanks for telling us somebody's uncle went to jail. They don't even care. They don't even remember that. That's how you know you don't need it. It's not necessary. It's one thing if you're letting the public know, hey, there's a warning on baby formula. Okay. And it was discovered that these two employees at this manufacturing plant was putting in, cow manure in the formula. And then you say who they are because you want people to catch them and they can get locked the hell up. That's one thing. That's how that works. But when you're talking about I'm just going to talk about her grandmama, her granddaddy, her parents, her pappy, her aunt, her cousin, that uncle, blah, blah, blah. What? No. We don't need to know about these people. We don't know them. We don't pay their bills. They're not paying ours. They don't take care of us. They're irrelevant to the case. They're not testifying. What? We don't need to know about them. That's not free speech. And if you have a reasonable amount of fear because they're now getting death threats and getting harassed, that would be sufficient to get an injunction for harassment, a restraining order, even a gag order, because there's a whole criminal case playing out in the court of law. We don't want witnesses intimidated. That cyber harassment, defamation is not free speech. And they can F around and find out. I don't really give a damn about them throwing tantrums, child. Y'all know I don't. It does not stop people from reporting her ass either. All they're doing is throwing out their tantrums that I could care less about. Look at this. They're like, oh, Lady Luck, we hate your guts. Hate my guts. We still reporting her ass. Period. We're not going to sit here and she wants Tyler Robinson to get off. She probably told that boy, you will never be in prison long. You won't be in prison long. You'll get bail. Because a dumbass doesn't know how court works. You see how a cohort sound. They have no idea what testimonial evidence is. Oh, little diva. Bless his heart. Oh, little diva. Oh, man, that video was epic. We laughed and had a good time. Make sure y'all check out the live stream from earlier today. Whole little sassy diva not understanding how testimony works or what a witness is. Lord have mercy. We had a great time. Oh, man. Gil is awesome. He is awesome. And I am so glad he was raw and natural and real. Y'all, we keep it over here. We keep it real over here. See, Candyland Biker Babe in the house. Candyland, we just looking for your videos, girl. What you doing? If you all have not followed Candyland Biker Babe, 7,000. You better. You better. Yes. Oh, well. Oh, thank you so much.
Yes. Ain't that cute?
Hold on.
My new screensaver.
Let me see.
Can y'all see it here?
Oh my.
Can y'all see it here? Lies everywhere. Girl, did I tell you Candyland Biker Babe 7,000 gonna become famous? I told Edie Marie, I said, oh, Candyland Biker Babe, you on to something. You on to something. Mad TV type comedy. Oh, it just brings back so many good memories. Oh my God. Y'all, these skits are something else. I love it. Candyland Biker Babe 7,000. You have no idea. I am your number one fan. Are you kidding? Your little chocolate flowers starting to smell a little yeasty. Candace walk around smelling like sourdough bread. Not even sweet like Hawaiian rolls, sourdough. She's gonna give birth to possibilities. Did you know your little chocolate flower is a pregnant? It's got to be fluid in there. Ain't no baby. Candace, where's the confirmation of the ultrasound? Because right now you faking it till you get baked and burnt. I mean, you can't make this up. You know, George said, I'm not sticking this and that. Oh, yeah, you know, we got to ruffle feathers up in here with Candyland Biker Babe. Oh, they hate my guts. Oh, we love you so much, y'all. Let's check out Candyland Biker Babe. Hit the floor where you can see it here. Let's go.
My new screensaver. Let me see. Look at that.
Oh my goodness.
Ain't that cute? Ain't that cute? I did that on Paint on my desktop. With Paint. Hold music is everything. Oh, good. They like our new hold music.
Don't you stop. Give it to me. Yeah. I'm so committed to the Lord and that you feed into me. Can't do without it. This feeling's got me weak in the neck.
She ain't getting no work done.
Baby, let me show you what I'm made of. No doubt about it, boy, got me feeling free. Baby, come tonight.
Screensaver. Let me see. Look at that.
Oh,
Oh, this is y'all. Oh my God, how adorable are those cats? Candyland, you better be glad we love pretty cute little animals up in here. Y'all, these cats. Oh my God, awesome. What is that? You work at the Candace Owens tip line and got new old music. Is this AOL? It's got to be dial up. Yo. Oh my goodness gracious. Is that another one? Oh, we got to keep this going. Oh, Jesus. Y'all, when I say my stomach hurts. Candyland Biker Babe, you are a national treasure and you don't even know it. You have no idea. I'm telling you, Edie Marie, when you blow up, girl, when this character blow up, I want to be your manager. It is comedy overload. Is there another one? Oh my God. Hold on, we go to Edie's. Edie, did you do a new one? That candy shot one is something else. Oh my goodness. You did. How many new ones do you have? How many new ones do you have? Oh man. Oh God, I hope I don't have to edit that out. That big head, what? That thing bigger than you. Hold on, we know. What?
No.
Oh my, I love that new home music.
Okay.
Oh
you know,
my
you know,
goodness.
sometimes I call in just so I can
Do
hear it.
you?
Don't you stop. Come on, go back that thing up, or should I push up on it?
Okay, go ahead with your tip, please. Hey, Rhonda.
I think
Hey,
we
Rhonda. Hey, do you mind coming helping me with my rod? Here, it fell out again.
Okay.
Please, I got a lead on
Yes.
hold.
Oh, is
Right.
it shook? Is it got shook now?
No, it's
Is
about 2 parts. Thank
Okay.
you, baby. Thank you.
Let's try the new titanium rods. They're a lot sturdy. Oh,
All right, honey. Bye. Bye. Make sure you put some ice on that. Next time I'll send out a memo that I'll be wearing this top.
Oh
Stay strong. No.
Oh my, I love that new home music.
Okay.
Oh
you know,
my
you know,
goodness.
sometimes I call in just so I can
Do you?
the candy shop. Lord have mercy. Oh, 50 Cent would be so proud. He was like, I endorse this video. Yeah, I endorse it. Girl, I told y'all she hilarious. I told y'all. Yeah, just because we got to get this in. We're going to watch it. We're going to watch it.
What you are watching here.
If you all have not seen Eda Marie's videos, Candyland Biker Babe 7000, shame on you. How dare you? It's absolute hilarity. Make America laugh again. That's what we on now. Candace, we got to laugh at your dumb ass. Do you understand? It's imperative that we laugh at you. It is absolutely imperative that we all laugh at Candace Owens. Because her cult members get all extra emotional when you report her ass to the feds. Look, you can't do that. Yes, we can. Let me show you how it's done. Damn, I think all that hoopla is stopping anything. It's not stopping anything. No, we're still turning her ass over. That's it. Candace, you could just get the hell out of our country. Or leave Earth. Blex it off of Earth. Get off our planet. You dumb alien. Can't make this up. Y'all, we got to get Eda Marie in. All right, we're going to get Eda Marie in. Okay. Can we do that? Y'all hit the floor. Y'all good with that? Y'all want to hang out for a little bit? We can get in Eda Marie. Child, we are here for it. Candace, yes. It's so hard. It's so hard to even, Candace, you make it hard to want people like want to listen to you. I have to watch other content creators cover you because I cannot be alone in this. I sit back and say, there's no way I'm the only one that's like, I can't watch her by myself. I have to watch it with the Luxters. I can't watch Candace on my own. Like, when people ask me, have you seen this? No, I didn't. Someone else covering it? Yep. But by myself? Watching it with you all? Yeah, I can. We're going to do a separate live stream on that because it's 4 hours with the Sean Ryan thing. 2 chicken heads are clucking, beaking each other in the eyeballs, trying to figure out how corn works. Like, that's a whole live stream on its own. All right. Because if it was just her for 4 hours, there's no way in the hell I will be able to endure that. I don't know how Charlie Kirk can do with her. I really don't. George don't be bothered with her. He in the closet. George. Are you coming out the closet? No, nothing. No, not nothing. Never. No. No. Kangaroo Court is in session, you all. Shout out to Eda Marie. Oh, let's get to it, honey. Eda Marie, Candyland Biker Babe 7000. Hit the floor where you can see it here. Let's go.
Is an unbelievably emotional response that is absent of any logic. The world didn't know your name. You attempted to build your brand. Here is the extraordinary headline. Erica hates Candace Owens. She thinks she's the ugliest person in the world, a soulless ghoul. So for clarity, a ghoul
I was sickened by the ghoulish.
in Middle Eastern folklore is a demonic being, a strong occult start.
It's a fascinating book that's written by Kenneth.
Charlie and I spoke a lot about his third eye, street lamps that would go off when he would run.
Candace, you are a cult leader. Why do you keep denying that? Even Nature Boy admitted to being a cult leader. He's like, yeah, I guess you can consider that a cult because everybody just do what I say. And, he was a narcissist. You got cult leaders that are bold enough to say, yep, I'm a cult leader. Candace, this is all levels of stupidity for you to try to deny the obvious. You are a narcissist. You make everything about you. People just do what you say. You say jump. They say, yes, master. Aha, master. The hell wrong with you? Now you want to feel some type of way with your fake outrage. Because Erica Kirk didn't say that at all. That sounds like you saying that just to stir some bullshit up because you want her attention. All this because a grown woman wants another grown woman's attention. Candace, what's Samantha? She thinks we forgot about the video and photos of her being kissed all over the face by another woman. Candace, obviously you go both ways. It's just obvious. Or maybe you just go one way and George Farmer truly is your lavender faking gay husband. Now I'm just here to procreate. Candace is giving birth to sacks of potatoes. Can't make this up.
That we could both astral project against the podcaster that she refers to as that BI.
Oh, Heifer, don't act like you've never said bitch. Don't pretend like you've never called everybody else. She said that about Laura Loomer, Ben Shapiro, Andrew Kovac, probably Erica Kirk, probably Charlie Kirk. She has called people the B word excessively. It is on post on X. Your fake ass outrage is stupid. Candace, you are a bitch. I don't understand why you just won't own it. Yeah, you know what? I am the bitch. Yep. Okay. Why are you big mad? She said something about me. No. Candace, you called these people over there at the Daily Mail, playing on the phone, talking about, yeah, I got the scoop on this. I don't want to say my name. I'm going to stay anonymous. That's all Candace. Stop calling people and playing on the phone. Trying to sit here and drum up nonsense between you and Erica Kirk. That girl is not studying you, you dumb heifer. Erica Kirk, I hope you see why you need to sue her. Then, Candace, you can really cry about something. If Erica Kirk sues you, then you'll really be crying. Might as well just give her something to cry about. That's what my grandma used to say. Don't make me give you something to cry about. Go get a switch off the tree. Yeah, you're gonna get your ass whooped one day.
Not gonna curse here. We're sick of this shit. Fuck you and making some money off of it. That's what Erica thinks. Nobody can make money but us. All Erica cares about is money. You can join the book club. You can buy a Candace cup.
You can buy a Daddy's Home Shabbat Shalom sweatshirt.
And brand.
We officially have become the #1 podcast in the world, not in America.
And merchandise. New merch on the website and wherever Charlie is. I know Charlie made it to heaven. I believe his soul is in purgatory. Charlie.
Is it purgatory hell? Is it purgatory still hell? I don't understand. Why would you want him to be in purgatory? But this is God. Candace, you dumb ghoul. You are the weakest link. Goodbye, you stupid alien. This is what happens when you sell your soul, brain, and heart to Lucifer. Or he just sits down and creates you from a 3-legged retarded goat. Candace is the spawn of the seed of Chucky. If it was poop. It just, girl. I don't understand this. Why would you want to even say where he is if you can't listen? No one taught you if you have nothing nice to say, shut the hell up. Didn't no one teach you that? Even in death, this man can't be left alone by you. So you obsess over him, and you ain't got all that energy for Erica Kirk when he was alive. You little punk ass. She's a coward. You didn't have any of this energy for Erica Kirk when Charlie Kirk was still alive. Now he's dead. Oh, he's in purgatory, and Erica Kirk only cares about money. And I was supposed to be on the stage with Charlie Kirk and the blah blah blah. No. You can't make this up. But that purgatory is not something that Christians don't acknowledge. That's what I'm talking about. What is she talking about? It's not in the Bible. Where's that in the Bible? Jesus conquered death, hell, and the grave. See, the word hell does appear in the Bible. When he died and rose from the grave, he conquered death, hell, and the grave. But yet she's sitting here talking about Christ is king. Jesus Christ said, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with your purgatory. Stop putting words in Jesus' mouth. She's sitting here talking about purgatory of all things. So you just want him in limbo? Somebody says in between place. That I don't know what's worse. That sounds like torture. Candace, that sounds like torture. You be sitting somewhere just in between. In between what? Does she even believe in heaven? Obviously, she don't believe in heaven or hell. Child. Candace, you're an idiot. It's that simple. Leave him alone.
Made it to heaven. I believe his soul is in purgatory.
You didn't make it to heaven.
Somebody make that make sense.
No, you idiot.
Howdy ho there, neighbors. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Edie. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, a wonderful Wednesday. What did you get into last night? Tell me everything. I took the night off to hang a group therapy with Jay Witt and friends. Ooh, green hearts for Jay Witt. We love you. Please make sure you continue to pray for him and his family, his beautiful wife. They're still going through it. The shenanigans of it all are ridiculous. Continue to pray for him, please. Tomorrow, I'll be joining Carrie Smith on her show, Deprogrammed. I'm so excited. I absolutely love her. The best time with her when Jay Witt hosted the all ladies panel a few months ago was with Celeste and Keisha. It was the best time. So I'm really, really elated that she invited me on. Tonight, Bible study, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know what we're talking about yet, but Holy Spirit will guide us. Today, this morning, well, I guess by the time I post this, it might be evening. We're going to watch a couple of Candy clips. Of course, it was crickets for Candy yesterday and the day before with regard to Andrew Tate, of course. But she had a plethora of things to say about the Daily Mail article that came out, alleging that Erica hates Candace, which, I mean, I would as well, and refers to her as that bee. As you know, Candace is a malignant narcissist and can't handle even an ounce of criticism. So anything you say, she takes as like an act of severe aggression, and she will respond lethally. So I'm excited to watch it because it's, oh, Candace. And then the second clip, she just proves that she's not a Christian. She's not a Christian. Can we stop? Listen, not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, is a Christian. In fact, scripture tells us not everyone who says, Lord, Lord, will enter heaven. When they are face to face with the living God, they'll say, but Lord, I sang for you. I danced for you. I cast out demons for you. I said, Christ is king. I put it on a hat. I used it as a weapon. And he's going to say, away from me, evildoer. I never knew you. I don't know you. Never did. Away from me. She's not a Christian. So don't be fooled by people who say Christ is king. But make no mistake, Christ is king. Jesus Christ, who is God incarnate, born of a virgin, walked this earth sinless, tempted as we are, but never sinned. Ever. Took a punishment on a cross, a sinner's punishment that we are all worthy of. He took it willingly. He laid down his life. Nobody took it from him. Because the wages of sin is death, and God is not a man that he should lie. So Jesus Christ, who is God incarnate, endured a long, excruciating, brutal, humiliating punishment and was nailed to a cross as a sacrifice once for all for the forgiveness of sins. And after he was killed, he was put into a tomb. And then on the third day, it was empty because he resurrected in body from the dead. And people testified to seeing him and being with him, eating with him. He ascended to the right hand of the Father where he now reigns. And he is coming back soon. And he is King, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. Jesus is Lord. There is only one God. There is only one. He's the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody gets to the Father but through him. So yes, Christ is King, but Candace doesn't know him. So let's stop saying that she's a Christian, please. It's highly offensive. Let's watch the first clip.
But I have to say that I did genuinely appreciate the article, which was dropped in the Daily Mail. It arrived as a breath of fresh air because we get to see the real Erica. Here is the extraordinary headline. Erica hates Candace Owens. She thinks she's the ugliest person in the world, a soulless ghoul. Charlie Kirk's family reveal widow's private tirades against the podcaster that she refers to as that BI. Not going to curse here. So for clarity, a ghoul in Middle Eastern folklore is a demonic being that haunts burial grounds and deserted places. Traditionally, these creatures were said to have the ability to shapeshift, to lure travelers into the desert and to consume the flesh of both children and the dead. It's a strong occult start to what is sure to be a promising article. It's kind of how we felt about the people surrounding Charlie. Soul suckers a little bit, right? And for those of you that are wondering if the story is actually attributable, meaning like, is this just a gossip piece in the Daily Mail? You would do well to remember that Turning Point USA turned to the Daily Mail exclusively to clean up their Charlie GPT Aspen mess. They gave them special access to see the unedited clip that the public still has not seen so that their journalists could then turn and tell the world, you can trust the video totally exists. It's real.
Candace, you are full of shit. I have no quarrels with telling you that, you dumb ghoul. You are full of it. Now you won't cuss? Didn't you say F you and the midget horse you rode in on? Didn't you tell Ben Shapiro you should be embarrassed to be alive? You talk like a 14-year-old child. Throwing a tantrum. She don't like me. She hurt my feelings. When did you call the Daily Mail playing on the phone? Making up this bull. Because this is all you, Candace. You did that to yourself. And make this up. See, that's like we don't know when she's prank calling Daily Mail or lying, talking about I'm an anonymous source and I know Charlie Kirk's parents and I heard Eric Kirk. Like you doing stuff that you know damn well his parents would not say. All of a sudden they're gonna come out and say something like that. They don't give a damn about what you think, Candace. Charlie Kirk's parents do not care how Candace Owens feel or what she thinks at all. They are grieving the loss of their son. Something she has 3 of, allegedly. Candace has 3 sons. And you won't leave his parents alone. And you're roping them into your dumb middle school 14-year-old mean girl bullshit. And for what? They could care less that you're roaming the earth. You're not that important to them. You're not going to be able to take over TV USA. Have several seats. Next to the one that we saw is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. What's his name? PBD podcast. Go. Eating his vampire chocolate cereal with cabbage and coleslaw. The hell out of here. You're not that important. You're a narcissist, Candace. Only you are important to yourself. To Charlie Kirk's parents, they could care less if you're saying anything. They're like, Candace, who? Candace. Candace Owens? The black female Jim Jones? Are we supposed to, why do we care about her? Y'all know his parents got me walking around like we don't even know who she is. Oh, she was the one that was interning with Charlie. She was just an intern. She was only working for him for 19 months. She didn't build anything. Candace, they could care less about you sitting here drumming up this bullshit. You're trying to rope his parents into this. That's what she's trying to do. Y'all can't see it. She's out of ideas with Erica Kirk. Erica Kirk not stun her ass, and if nothing else, Erica Kirk could just sue her and sleep peacefully. She's trying to now rope Charlie Kirk's parents into this. I told you she's gonna try to go for his parents. I said it when I said she's gonna try to go after Erica Kirk. I can see it coming down the pipeline. Candace is like rinse and repeat. Very obvious. And now she's trying to rope in his parents through the most remedial ways. This is remedial, Candace. This is remedial. You're sitting here talking about, the anonymous source, they're very credible. Charlie Kirk used them. You also reference Wikipedia, and then you say we shouldn't look at Wikipedia when it comes to George Farmer's date of birth. George, when is your birthday? Why do you consistently lie about that? And then you let your dumbass lavender wife lie about it. When is your birthday? Why would your cult members need to edit Wikipedia and change his date of birth? He's got 3 or 4 birthdays. It's stupid. This is what she's willing to go through to keep up some nonsense and buffoonery. Now let me rope Charlie Kirk's parents into this because, I just reading is hard for her. That's where she's going with this. It's so obvious, Candace. I told you I see through you, heifer. Yeah, I'm going to say that the parents said so that it could sound more credible, more valid. The parents said, this is what Erica Kirk says about me. Well, meanwhile, his parents are like, Gary, you could disappear right now. We wouldn't give 2 shits. We lost our son. You are not our child. We don't care. And this is despicable. It's despicable. It's like anything related to Charlie Kirk, anything remotely close to him. She's like, let me sever all of this and just chop it up on the chopping block. And I'm just going to shred this to bits. Then I'm just going to swipe it into the trash can. But yet and still, she wants her parents to be off limits. While Charlie Kirk's parents are not. Charlie Kirk's parents are not off limits, Candace. Are you sure about that? Because you did this bullshit with Daily Mail. I don't give a damn what nobody say. This is Candace out here stirring up the pot, playing on the phone, calling Daily Mail with that bullshit. This is all Candace Owens. It's for her content, for public relations. Clicks, views, likes, subs, and money. Something her cult members don't mind reminding us of over and over again, proving my point. He's doing this for clicks, subs, views, likes, and money. And for no other reason. Meanwhile, talking about Tyler Roberts, who wasn't even there. Don't you think Charlie Kirk's parents are like, this dumb? They probably said that about you 1,000 times, Candace. And now you want to sit here and talk about a family friend of Charlie Kirk said that. You're not that family friend. Girl, bye, Felicia. Parents can't even have some peace of mind. Leave them alone. Go find something to do. If you bored, Candace, go do anything else. Get your bum ass on somewhere. Go figure out the freezing port of water. That ought to keep you busy for 6 months, figuring out how snow works.
Charlie really did pick Erica to run the company in the event of his untimely death. It's more than burned. It's been blown up. There's no reason for Erica to ever speak to Candace again, ever, the family member said. Candace decided to make this her identity. It's a grab for attention, building her name and her brand and making some money off of it. That's what Erica thinks.
Yep, we all do.
Brand? being built. No, Erica, I had a name and I had a brand before Charlie Kirk was assassinated. In fact, me and your husband built our names and our brands alongside each other and apart from each other.
So funny how she said me and your husband. Candace, you're having an argument with yourself. That so-called source of the family friend. That's you, Candace. You're arguing with yourself, you big dummy. You big dummy. Boy, that Red Fox was funny in his day. When you big dummy. I'm coming, Elizabeth. Shout out to Sanford, son. You can't make this up. This helper is literally arguing with herself. She's the anonymous source. What the hell?
The world didn't know your name until he died. You attempted to build your brand thereafter, and you made an incalculable amount of money in the process. Do we all need a refresher on the thing?
Candace, you might as well be standing in front of a mirror right now. You are having a whole argument and a blow by blow with yourself. Goodness gracious. It's psychosis overload. The narcissism of it all. Candace, you are narcissism on steroids.
Things that she was willing to sell.
Look at
the photos, the bloody mic in front of donors, the taken in front of it, the bloodied tent, people taking selfies under it. It took just 3 weeks after Charlie's assassination for Erica to file for 3 trademarks, granting her the right to his name on t-shirts, tote bags, any and all clothing. 3 trademarks.
And she big mad because she hiding money in Battery Lane Trust. Candace, how many more houses do you have? Yeah, because you think you're the only one that gets sent information. Unlike you, I don't put out bullshit like that. I always had her address. No reason to dox her. Us is illegal. How many more houses you got, girl? You gonna tell everybody how many more properties you got and how much it's worth? I mean, or you know, hiding under LLCs? What you on? LLC number 6 or 7? She already admitted that she has several LLCs. Is it 6 or number 7? How many more you got? This girl is moving money around because she's scared as hell of losing the Macron lawsuit. And she's definitely going to lose Brian Harper lawsuit. That's how much of a coward Candace is. To the point where she is afraid to lose a civil matter because she knows she's going to have to pay out millions of dollars. And she is hiding assets and money inside of LLCs and trust and making other people the registered agent. Specifically attorneys. Candace, you're not that smart. And you want to sit here and talk about what Erica Kirk did? So the what? I'm telling y'all, she having an argument with herself. This is all Candace Owens. She did all this BS with the Daily Mail. That's all Candace. Candace told them what to say. They put it out like idiots. They didn't vet it. This is the one who sit here and pull her, you know, so-called stories and news from the tip line. That's not vetted. Her own team too stupid to vet. Having an argument with herself. She might as well be in front of a mirror and recording it. At least it would be funny.
And those freedom shirts, which were sold immediately, remember everyone wanted a freedom shirt. They were actually very costly. Those were not sold through the charitable arm. Okay, former employees have confirmed to me that those profits went straight to Charlie Kirk Show LLC. So that's for her personal profit. Once upon a time, Charlie told me Andrew Colbert owned a piece of that company too. Andrew Colbert's personal profit for Charlie. And of course, it wasn't for Charlie. So as a refresher, I already had a name. I already had a brand. I was already being sued by the president of France. I think I was actually known globally.
You proud of that, Candace? So why are you delaying the court hearing? When is the court? It's Monday, right? Let's see if it's been rescheduled. Because see, you know, you sitting here bragging about this lawsuit like it's a good thing because you're an idiot. Oh, okay, Cole. Come on. The cowardly Candace doesn't give a damn about this lawsuit because see, if you cared, Candace, your bum ass would go to court, right? Wouldn't you have gone to court last year if you cared? Now you want to throw that up as a bragging point. Oh my God, it's so funny how you say that as a matter of bragging. Candace. Here you go right here. Here's the case number. N is in Nancy, 25C is in Candace, -07-194. Motion to dismiss scheduled for July 27 on Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, aka Tennessee time, because Candace is stupid. Let's go down. You bragging about this lawsuit. Why don't you own it when it comes to you going to court? Why don't you just take your little punk ass to court? You rescheduled this damn hearing 3 times, and you sitting here using this lawsuit as a bragging right. I've been sued by the Macrones. Said no one. No one brags about being sued by world leaders. Sweet Jesus. No one uses a lawsuit as a bragging point. No, never mind. I was lying about being #1 podcaster on earth. Yeah, I've been sued by the Macrones. You know, the French president. Y'all see how she sounds like a 13-year-old child? That's not a bragging point, you moron. And then you won't even go to court. So what difference does it make? Erica Kirk, I'm getting, here you go. Here's a brownie point for you, Erica Kirk. I'm giving you one for free. You're welcome. You proud of being sued by the Macrones because you made money off of defaming them. You made money off of lying. And they said, bring your ass to court. We don't want you dead, kidnapped, held captive. We don't want nothing to happen to your black ass. Bring your ass to court. And you've rescheduled it 3 times. Why? Go to court. We want you to go to court. Take your dumb ass to court. Candace, I want you to get deposed. I want you to get on the stand under oath. I want you to lie through your fucking teeth. I want you to lie like there's no tomorrow. I want you to lie as if perjury does not even exist. I want you to sit up there and show your ass. Throw a shoe. You talk about you feeling physically violent now because you are pregnant with another baby boy or something like that. Yeah, go ahead. Throw a whole tantrum. I want you to cuss that judge out and do everything you can to piss off that court. Let it happen. Take your dumb ass to court, girl. I don't know anyone that will sit here and brag about being sued and then become a whole punk when it comes to you going to court, having a court date. Are you going to wait till tomorrow to try to reschedule again or what? Because only a punk-ass coward would do this. Only a punk-ass coward will sit here and avoid going to court on their own motion. You're not telling your people you're actually trying to get this dismissed. You said, sue me. I want subpoena power. I want all the smoke. The Macrones were like, I already did. Brian Harper said, bet. And all you doing is, I motion to dismiss. No, I don't want to go to court. I'm going to Russia. No, I don't want to go to court. I'm going to France. No, I don't want to go to court. I want to go to Spain. You're going everywhere else but to court. This raggedy ass heifer is going everywhere else but to court. But yet she uses this as a brownie talking point. Let me brag about how I'm being sued like hell. So you shouldn't have a problem with paying them their damn money. You shouldn't have a problem with uncovering all your assets and your money in your LLCs and trusts. It's plural. Well, little diva, little sassy at his weird ass. Didi, can you believe this bullshit? This is something else. You can't make this up. Now I'm gonna sit here and brag about being sued by the Macrones, whom I'm dodging in court, by the way. Now, I ain't trying to go to court, though. Now, I'm just going to be badass and huff and puff on my channel. But when it come down to me going to court, F that. Oh, my God. Candace, you can't even keep an attorney. 2 of your attorneys said, I'm out. And here's our invoice for the billable hours to file this notice of withdrawal. We out. Deuces. So you got 1 attorney left, and you're using this to brag about some bullshit you did with Daily Wire that had nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's parents or any so-called friend of his parents. That's all Candace with her dumb ass. And you arguing with yourself. And somehow she gets offended when we call her stupid. Go figure. So these times you rescheduled this hearing, Candace, you didn't do this? Because, I mean, your attorneys would have went to court if you wanted them to. They couldn't even file, documents properly. So you didn't reschedule this stuff 3 times, Candace. So you mean to tell me you actually want to go to court? Are you going to go to court? Oh, man. McCrone's legal team is stacked. Oh, it's stacked. To be heard on April 25th. Because, she's so proud of being sued by the McCrones. Yeah. The April 25th hearing, then rescheduled to June 22nd. Y'all see that? Event continued, rescheduled. Event continued, rescheduled. You can't make this up. There's some new updates here. Because she had to get more attorneys. Look at that. Y'all see this? July 22nd. This was done yesterday. Docketed today. Notice of motion and order for admission pro hoc vice of Noah R. Balk as counsel for defendants. So you going to court Monday, Candace, or what? Then y'all see here certification docketed today. Certification in support of admission pro hoc vice of Noah Balk, Esquire. And then there is motion for pro hoc vice proposed order. So you only got 1 other attorney. She got 1 other attorney at the midnight hour. What's the chances that this gets rescheduled again? Because now, well, Your Honor, this new attorney has to come on and get familiar with the case and the blah, blah, blah. Even though Catherine Mowry, who filed the motion, can argue the motion in court. Now, what's the chances of her having this rescheduled again? Because now she's got a new attorney. It's always some bullshit with her. Candace is using this case as a bragging talking point. And she waits to the midnight hour for things to happen to avoid going to court. Now, what's the chances this gets rescheduled tomorrow? Because I wouldn't be shocked if it were. Because you got a new attorney that just came on, and this notice in motion was docketed today. And she proud of this dumb shit. She said, who you talking to? I'm being sued by the McCrones. Whose court cases I'm dodging. This is no different than Miss No Dodging Service. 3 reschedules and a whole new attorney because she lost 2. Boy, Noah Bach might not be there for too long. Candace, is he Jewish? Because you go after Jewish people and then you hire Jewish attorneys. Is he Jewish as well or what? Catherine Mowry is just like, I'm hanging in here because I'm just getting this money. That's not a bragging right, you dumb moron. This alien. Candace, you gonna tell Noah that you running off your attorneys or what? At least tell Noah up front that you are, brain rot and anti-Semite. Oh my God, y'all. I hope not. I want her to go to trial. I want Candace to be deposed and then cross-examined under oath. You all have no idea what that would do. Oh, sweet Jesus. If she were deposed and put under oath, she can't help but to lie. Attorneys would be like, oh God, please don't say anything. Oh, shut up. Catherine Meyer would be sitting there biting her nails. Shut up, Candace. Shut up. Don't answer that. Your Honor, objection. I object to all his. Look, can we just avoid this part? Like, what is your reason for objection, counselor? My client is about to tell on herself. Your Honor, I know she's lying. I get it. Okay, please don't punish me. Candace is going to get all her attorneys sanctioned and admonished. The audacity you ought to come in here lying like hell on her behalf. We're not in law school, counselor. They gonna get her ass. Candace, go in there and tell all the lies. I want you to repeat every lie you said under oath. We're gonna check this docket again tomorrow. Because I kind of figured she would get one more attorney. I really wish the other two had not quit right before hearing. But whatever. But I can see her milking this again, trying to get an extension. Because, I just got a new attorney, Your Honor. He needs to read everything. Candace not even trying to go to court. The hell she talking about? Candace, you're an idiot. 3 reschedules, a new attorney, 2 lost attorneys, and somehow you're bragging about that. God. Let's get back to eating. Oh, good Lord.
What did I sell when Charlie died? How many trademarks did I file?
Trademarks are irrelevant. You sold all that dumbass merch. Where's Brandon Tatum at? Where's Brandon Tatum at? Oh, Monica, it would be awesome. She would lie and lie and lie some more. Well, that perjury is something else. Candace, you serve merch with Shabbat Shalom, Daddy's Home. You started out whole show openings with that bullshit. And then you talk about he's somewhere in purgatory. Now he's just stuck and being tortured with being stuck. It's like she still want the worst to happen to him. Candace, he still will not give you TPUSA. You won't get it. Period. You won't get it. Begging to be on their payroll will not happen. How did the Candy asses feel again when they found out she was still under contract with them last year? Good job.
It's wild to me, okay, that this article goes on and states, quote, Erica is really offended that Candace would use her husband's death to make a buck, to get attention, to get clout, whatever it is. She's offended. That's her focus, guys. Once again, all Erica cares about is money and brand and merchandise. That's what she's angry about. It's such an unbelievable thing for her to share, for someone to say that. She's upset. She thinks Candace is...
Candace lied like hell to the Daily Mail, did a prank call or email to whomever that kind of boy person, or whoever that kind of person is. And now she's having an argument with herself, and we're witnessing this in real time. We're witnessing this shit in real time. Oh, my dear Lord. Candace, Brigitte Macron is going to come to court with scientific evidence. Big words you can't define. They're going to mollywop you in court. You're so screwed with Brian Harper's lawsuit. Probably why she don't even talk about it. Because she's like, okay. You keep listening to that punk-ass Baron Coleman if you want to. He's going to get you effed up. You can't make this up. And then he keeps saying it's always free speech. Bunch of dummies that don't read in general somehow want to claim this is free speech. But they can't tell you what the actual First Amendment says. And they certainly can't give you case law or precedent on that. And they think I'm supposed to take their dumbasses seriously over there on X. Hell no. To the candy asses. I don't care how you feel, and you enter my chat at your own peril.
Making money.
Jesus Christ.
I think she might be upset that you've accused her of killing her husband. So there's that. Also, Candace, Charlie Kirk's name is actually Erica's name. She's Mrs. Charlie Kirk. And the only one who should be making money off of Charlie's name is Erica Kirk, Mrs. Charles Kirk. She's the only one who should have made a penny off of Charlie's name. She's the only one who should have made $1 off of those freedom shirts because that's what her husband died in, a freedom shirt. And thereafter, every fast fashion brand was cranking those suckers out, trying to make a buck because they were the hot commodity. Everyone wanted to represent Charlie. So Erica Kirk is Mrs. Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean? Oh, the way it's paused. Goodness gracious. Look at this. Look at this beauty. Oh my. Oh my. Fire your stylist and your makeup artist. They hate you. They want to see you look ridiculous. Well, I kind of like them. If anyone's going to make profit off of her husband's name and likeness, it should be her and her children. Because again, those are Charlie's children and Charlie's wife. What aren't you getting? What aren't you getting? This is so simple. She's the only one. And do you think you hurt her by saying no one knew your name? I miss the days we didn't know Erica Kirk. And she misses them as well, I'm sure. No one would sign up for what she's endured. Because of you, Candace. You were to blame for all of this. But for you, we wouldn't be where we are. And there would have been naysayers. Crazy. But you've led the charge. You want to destroy Mrs. Charlie Kirk. Because you're not Mrs. Charlie Kirk. And that's what this comes down to. You wanted that power. You wanted the status of being Mrs. Charlie Kirk. He didn't want you because you're a lunatic. And it's not a flex that you were being sued by an entire country. You were also barred from entering entire countries, girl. That's not good. Okay? Also, you're raging anti-Semitism. That's why you're known. And you're known for being buddies with a lunatic, Kanye West. You built your brand, sweetie. You didn't build your brand. You latched on to any successful man that you could find. Any successful man that was in your direct vicinity. And rode their coattails. And then when you were found out because you're a malignant narcissist and you can't sustain pro-social behaviors. Okay. So after you were found out, each and every time you jumped ship and latched onto somebody else to bleed them dry. Like, just be mindful of what you're saying. I know you think that you're like the greatest thing since sliced bread, but you're not. You have fame, but for all the wrong reasons. For someone who comes for Erica and asserts that she's only wanted fame and money this entire time and she was on reality TV, sweetheart. My goodness, Explore Talent called. Hello. You're an actual lunatic. You have no self-awareness.
Candace, you want to talk about an LLC registration? Candace. What the hell is this? This is Candace Owens LLC. Candace, why were you trying to get a new trademark here? Back on March 30th, 2026 for Candace Owens LLC. Also back on October 6th, 2025. Mighty convenient how you sit here and accuse her of registering for trademarks and LLCs, and your dumb ass did the same thing. Because, God forbid, she's not projecting. Candace, what the hell are we looking at, girl? What are we looking at, Candace? And if you all see the statuses of this, it says abandoned. No statement of use filed. So you just playing around with the trademark office? Were you prank calling them as well or what? Why are these abandoned? Abandoned. No statement of use filed. Candace, what the hell you were trying to do? George Tommy, same thing, October 6, 2025. Funny how you tried your damn best. Candace, did you really think that will somehow help you out with that jurisdiction argument? If I just register these in Tennessee, then they can't have jurisdiction in Delaware. I love how she does this projection bullshit and ends up being proven to be a hypocrite. So you out here applying for trademarks? Oh, you sweet, sweet ghoul. Oh, you muppet. Candace. This is what happens when reading becomes fundamental. Even with these being abandoned, it shows that you actually applied. So her LLC and Georgetown Inc. were registered and incorporated in Delaware. Tax breaks, cheaper, fees, whatever, for whatever reason. And for Candace, it has to be a financial reason. It's got to be a financial benefit. But then when she gets sued, that lawsuit she was bragging about with the Macrons? Yeah. So when she gets sued, her attorney said, well, Your Honor, we don't think this lawsuit should be in this state, in this court. We don't think you have jurisdiction. And then Macron's attorneys was like, the hell y'all mean? We got whole laws up here. We have standing to sue her in this state because of her LLC in Georgetown Inc. That's where all that money she made from lying on my client like she crazy. Yeah, it's flowing through that LLC and that incorporation. So I guess she figured if I just changed the trademark, I just moved the trademark to Tennessee, that'll do something, right? No, you dumbass. How does this make sense? She's out here projecting. Candace, I told you, you dumb heifer. I see through you. You out here prank calling the Daily Mail, playing this role of a anonymous source, friend of Charlie Kirk's parents. Bullshit. That's all Candace. And then you want to talk about registering and applying for trademarks. You did the same thing. You tried again this year. March 30th, 2026. One day before my birthday. You dumb heifer. October 6th, 2025. Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September 10th. So you said 3 weeks after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, Erica Kirk handled business. While you did the same, look at this. October 6th would be almost 30 days from the date that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. September 10th to October 10th, 30 days. Is my math correct on that? 4 days before the 1 month anniversary of his death. Y'all see the status date? I can't make this up. October 6th, 2025. October 6th, 2025. She tried to do this for Georgetown and Candace Owens LLC. Thinking, well, hell, if this trademarks, why not just bring it to Tennessee then? That's not how the hell that works, you dumbass girl. So once again, Candace does not know how jurisdiction is established in accordance with laws, because laws are laws. And somehow she thinks, let me just project all this BS on Erica Kirk because that she did it. But yet she doesn't tell you that Candace tried to do the same thing within the same time frame. Go figure. 4 days before the 1 month anniversary of his death. And somehow it's abandoned. No statement of use filed. You couldn't even get a statement of use filed for your trademarks. Y'all see here? Trademark records. Candace, you are still stupid. Boy, you can't make this stuff up. Reading is fundamental, Candace. See, here's the thing. Because her and her dumbass cult members don't read shit. You know, this stuff goes over their head. Y'all see right here, trademark records. So while she's sitting here talking about Erica Kirk trademarking anything, Candace did the same thing. Except she was not competent enough to file a statement of use. Where you're basically saying, this is what this trademark is going to be like. This is what I'm using it for. It's going to be a clothing line, or it's going to be advertising and brand, or blah, blah, blah. She couldn't even do that. Sweet Jesus. Fix it. Jesus, fix it. This is your nonsense, Candace. This is your LLC. Candace Owens, LLC. Foreign Limited Liability Company. Filing status active. Because, you know, Delaware is where it was incorporated. Domestic jurisdiction, Delaware. See, you tried to pull that bullshit stunt, but why are you bragging about the McCrow lawsuit? If you know you don't want to go to court, you don't want to go through this, why not just offer them a settlement and then let them turn it down, and then we can look forward to a jury trial? This is so crazy. She's got 2 lawsuits happening simultaneously, and she's bragging about it, but dodging court. Lying about her trademarks being registered almost 3.5 weeks after Charlie Kirk's assassination. Why? You keep telling on yourself, you dumbass girl. Like a 13-year-old. I'm trying to tell y'all, she's like a mean girl from high school, not from middle school. Elementary school. It's sad that you compare her to any child, because I think most kids are smarter than Candace. This moron, just every time you say something, Candace, people are going to check to see if you're projecting that from yourself. Like, this is all projection. Of course, Candace did this. She having a whole argument by herself. What the hell? Candace, this is your trademarks records. And you're still stuck on stupid. Boy, I tell you the truth. We clock it over here. Child, we clock it over here. We don't play that. If you're going to sit here and come at Eric Kirk with something, at least don't let it be the same shit falls in your lap. How you guilty of something you accusing her of? You keep telling on yourself. Keep on, heifer. We just here to catch them all. We catch them all with Pokemon. Oh, back to eating. Lord help.
You're psychotic. You think that everything you've done is right, and every single thing you've done is wrong. Oh my. How much money have you made? This is your identity now. Your identity. People know you for attacking a widow and ruining a man. That's what you're known for. Your minions might think that you're a truth seeker and a truth speaker, but you're not. You may have 6 million or whatever.
Hey, so that's a good question, Jim. Jim says, at LLC, in the other case, Mitch Snow says he has photographs. Can they be called into evidence? They have to be authenticated. Because if these are photos where he is saying, this is Brian Harper, this is Erica Kirk, he doesn't have them. Oh, he did say he gave them to Candace. But let's say whoever has the photos whether or not they can be admitted would be depending on whether or not they can be validated and authenticated. So if it turns out these are just photos of like Mitch Snow outside somewhere, just taking pictures of random people, and they can't trace back like the information. When you take a photo now, it comes with a date, time stamp, coordinates, stuff like that, right? But if they're just looking at a bunch of photos and they don't feel that they're relevant to the case, they won't. Now, my question would be, if you have photos to prove you saw Brian Harper and Erica Kirk on this military base from your hotel room on this day around this time frame, why would you not have posted that up already? Because see, here's the thing. They're being sued for defamation. So if they had the evidence, why not just post it? That's my whole thing. And he on September 9th, yeah. So whatever photos he took, videos he claims he take, and he gave to Candace, he claimed he gave everything to Candace. So I think he was trying to kind of remove that liability from him by saying, listen, I don't even have any evidence on this. All the evidence that I allegedly took in my alternate reality. Oh boy. I gave it all to Candace, and somehow she did not even release it. But she posted up a heavily redacted VI, was a veteran card. I don't even recall if she posted his DD-214. I think Gary did. And then it was a photo that he took out in the sun. It was just like one road and some just nothing, but it's like he was in the desert. So the photos, the videos would have to be relevant to the case, and they have to be actually, raw video footage or raw photographs that actually show the petitions. And in this matter being Brian Harper. Because otherwise, if he just took photos from his hotel on September 9th of random people walking, that means nothing. If we're not able to decipher and be able to visually see this being Brian Harper, I'm sure the opposing party will object, because they have the opportunity to object to that being admitted. So, as we spoke about with admissibility of evidence, it needs to be credible, and it needs to be authentic and valid. If you vet it, it needs to be material to the case. Just random stuff, that's not gonna fly. And he talking about, I don't own that stuff. I gave it all to Candace, and Candace owns it. And Candace has not put it up. I would think she would want to just do that, so that way it's like, look, that lawsuit's not warranted. I got evidence. Like Candace is so stupid. So I'm sure they would object if she tries to do that. If it's not relevant, they're gonna object to it. But she knows she knows she does not have a case with Brian Harper. Her bragging rights is, oh, I'm being sued up by the Macron. Oh, you saying the same people you're dodging that you falsely accused of trying to murk you. They don't know. They want you alive, healthy, and well, and to go to court. We all do. We want you in court, Candace, on Monday. Smash that like button. If you missed it, smash it. That's a good question, though. I mean, it just goes back to admissibility. I think that Brian Harper's attorneys would object to that, because it wouldn't show. It's not showing our client in here. We don't know who these people are. It might be like random people walking around, and he's just like, oh, I got photos. Like, nah. They're gonna object to that real quick.
Subscribers, but how many people are in existence? So that's actually just a little blip on the radar. Okay. She really is just proud of the way she turned out. You're a sickly, sadistic serpent, a perverse, rebellious woman with no honor. You are a ghoul.
Yep.
You are soulless. You're like Satan. You prowl around like a lion.
Yep.
Looking for people to devour. You lie in wait to shed innocent blood. You bear false witness. You speak blasphemy against God Almighty. You're a heretic. You promote a different false gospel. You lead people astray. You cause people to stumble. You know that scripture says it's better to have a large millstone hung around your neck and for you to be thrown into the depths of the sea than to cause someone to stumble. And that's all you do every day. It's your mission to get people to join you on the broad path that leads to destruction. Repent before it's too late. While you have breath in your lungs, while you are able to repent, please do. Because if you die in your sin, you will be met with an eternity that you cannot comprehend. Hell is a real place. It's not a concept. It's not a sauna, and it's not a party.
Yep.
It's a place created by the living God for the devil and his angels. And there's no beginning, middle, or end. It's sheer and utter darkness. The fire is not quenched. There's weeping and gnashing of teeth. The worms never die. It's awful. And it's eternal. So, repent. If Erica did say these things, she had every right to say them because you've behaved like a wild banshee for a year. Just running your mouth. Blah, 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 blah. If she said these things, it's understandable. Totally. Secondly, Erica Kirk is the only one who should ever make any money off of Charlie's name and likeness because they were one flesh. She's the only one. And number 3, you are the ultimate hypocrite.
Yep.
Okay, next clip.
I thank God for that. I can't even imagine if Charlie, they had just accepted the Fed slop and that was it. And I think it's brought everyone closer as well. Like I said, left and right. And wherever Charlie is, hopefully, Charlie gets to see this.
Wherever he is. Did he say he was in purgatory? What the heck? Now it's wherever he is. It's not even biblically based what you're saying. But they throw out Christ is King as a euphemism while they actually worship her like she's Jesus Christ. This dumbass cult worships Candace Owens as if Candace Owens is Jesus Christ. You all know that heifer will never get on a cross and die for your sins. She can't even handle being reported to the FBI and the police department. While she sits out here and docks police sergeants. We just heard from a whole criminal defense attorney. That specific situation would definitely be sufficient to get an injunction for harassment. And if need be, the judge had to gag her ass so that she doesn't intimidate witnesses. Because her dumbass coat can't read, they think all of this is free speech. Let them find out the hard way. Let them find out the hard way. It doesn't stop people from reporting her ass. None of that stops. This is so ridiculous. This girl's having a whole argument with herself because she lied to the Daily Mail about being a source when she doesn't know the difference between a letter N and a number 9.
To see the left and right come together, which is not something that either of he or I ever even strived for in the beginning. We both played that.
Candace, you only have people that hated his guts to begin with following you and supporting you. I mean, we're literally hearing people talk about how it's a bad thing for you to want your own party candidates to win an election. For goodness sake. That's how ridiculous it is. And I don't politically have to take a side. I don't. Can't use a political card to go buy groceries. You need money. It's obvious that she has a lot of people that don't call themselves conservatives that are damn following her now. 6 million damn dumbass bots. And somehow, how dare you want your party to win an election? No, because TPUSA is helping conservatives win. Isn't that what they believe in?
A game of left versus right, and now the picture is bigger, and people on the left are holding Turning Point's feet to the fire. They're doing that.
You are on the left,
and so I appreciate it all, and I do think change is possible.
She said, "People on the left. Why the people on the right need to kick Candace out the party? Kick her ass out the barbecue. You're not welcome here. Get your ass on." I don't think she ever left the left.
Because to say that change is not possible to me would be like resigning and saying that Christ doesn't win in the end. He does. Christ is king.
You know what? She's probably referring to the Antichrist. Let's take a trip back to late September of last year. Candace said on her show, again, Candace, your show is recorded and the internet is forever. You said,
I know that Charlie made it to heaven.
Okay. Then a couple months later, you said,
I believe his soul is in purgatory.
And now you don't know where he is. God is not a God of confusion. He's a God of order. This is complete and utter confusion. So just another bit of evidence that she's not a Christian. Because scripture is clear. To be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. It's clear that the dead know nothing. Charlie is not anywhere where he can see anything that's happening. He knew the Lord, therefore he is with the Lord for eternity. He's not coming to see you. He's not
visiting,
lurking around with unfinished business. This isn't Casper. So what happened, Candy? What happened? That's all I have to say about that clip. I did a video a few months ago entitled Purgatory. Oh no, I think that's the thumbnail. I'll put a little card for it for my 2 cents on that. Okay. Molecules. I'm going to go hop to it now and throw myself into work. And I will see you later on at Bible study. Bye.
Well done, Edie. Well done. Well done. Oh my God. Candace. All you chose is like on it. This is the last one, y'all. I can't believe this.
And I am going to prove Candace.
Hold on, let me read the post. Artie said, Candace Owens claimed Erica Kirk did cocaine. I just proved she lied. Video right here. Oh my God. Cocaine? Oh, that's so defamation. Candace. This is coming from the moron that does not believe that human beings landed on the moon. When she could just skyrocket her ass up there, go find out. Like flat earthers, I don't argue with the morons. You want to know if the earth is flat? Go board a spaceship and go out to space and take photos of the earth. As soon as you're out of our atmosphere, get your cameras out and take a picture. You go find out for yourself. Because otherwise, that's a dumbass argument. She does not believe in science, dinosaurs, the moon landing, or that the earth is spherical. So, whatever she thinks is controlling our weather is something else. Oh, no, she doesn't know about weather either because she just learned about how thunder works and that snow is snow. She doesn't know the freezing point of water. So this idiot who doesn't know any of those things is sitting here saying someone's doing cocaine. Candace. You were addicted to Adderall. Is that why you tried to pimp out your apartment community? You went and got an apartment paying $3,500 a month. You realized, damn, this Adderall getting expensive. And then you didn't pay rent for 7 months. Did you ever pay that judgment? So much for that pulling yourself up by the bootstraps? Yeah, that's some bullshit. Cocaine? Candace, you dumb crackhead.
every
Yeah, I hear
real,
it.
reality and TV. And Erica literally says, she's asked a question, what is something you wish that you could say to your younger self? Advice that you wish you could give to your younger self. And she says, don't try cocaine. Well, that's weird advice to give. Erica used to party.
You stupid ass girl. You were addicted to Adderall. And you might still be. The way you after you arguing with yourself on national television. The hell? How many times did people say, don't do drugs, kids? That was like Mr. T's slogan. Y'all remember Mr. T? Mr. T was like the spokesperson in my neck of the woods where I grew up. You saw him on television. Don't do drugs, kids. Mr. T. Boom. And they had these old 80s infomercials where they dancing. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Like Mr. T was not for play. And he was muscular. And he looked like he could whoop your ass. So you were like immediately scared as hell. Anytime Mr. T would come on TV, don't do drugs. And he pointing and he got that. Man, come on. You can't make this up. And they got him to be the spokesperson. He come out, he got these heavy gold chains and these big ass muscles on top of muscles. And he's standing there with his hand on his hip and he pointing at you. You're like, me? I won't do drugs, Mr. T. I'm not doing no drugs. And I'm a little girl, so I was just traumatized. You can't make this up. You got man, Mr. T scared us all straight. Stop it. You even if she tried, Candace, you abused Adderall and admitted to it. But what if Erica Kirk was saying that as a euphemism? How many times have we had career day in schools where you would have people come up there and say, stay in school and don't do drugs and don't join a gang? Don't get pregnant. Don't go in trying to get a pregnant. Go to college. Get your education. Knowledge is power. Reading is fundamental. A reading rainbow. Butterflies in the sky. Candace can see them all. Hitting up Adderall still. She's sniffing it in now. Candace, have you graduated to just liquefying it and putting it in a syringe and just shooting it up? How bad is this getting for you? You did a whole article telling on yourself how to break laws by getting prescription medication called Adderall without a diagnosis. You understand that it's fraud. That is prescription fraud and abuse. Now, forget the criminality of that. How dare Erica tell people not to do cocaine? What? God, I forgot. Maybe George Farmer's still doing it and you just trying to make an excuse for it.
So, believe it or not, this is just a flat-out lie, and I am going to prove Candace Owens wrong 100%.
To say, in a world of no new friends, I actually made a new friend today that I probably would not have made without the no mask situation and our little mini bonding moment. So what is yours? Because I know you have one, and I know it's probably funny or maybe awkward, but I want to hear it.
Now, allow me to explain real quick. She asked the question about the mask drama. Here's all her followers answering the question. Wow, that's funny how that works, huh? Well, let's go on over here. Here it is. If you could call yourself 5 years ago, 30-second call, what would you say? Exact same profile picture, exact same situation. Here's a bunch of people who are answering the question.
Right.
Don't try cocaine.
Right.
There it is. This isn't Erica Kirk getting asked a question. These are all of her followers answering the question, just like in the previous video.
Boy, Candace, you cannot read worth a damn. I'm shocked she's able to keep up with the teleprompter. With her pre-scripted, pre-recorded dumbass show. You don't read worth a damn. It's not impossible to believe that she sold her brain to Satan too. Or did he just make you in a toilet? He just stirred you up. He's like, oh man. Satan had some oxtails and he just took a shit and Candace came out. That was it. God. Candace, you are a demon. You are a whole dumb demon. From the retarded pack. You didn't even come fully functional. And now she's been unleashed upon the earth to torture us all.
Video. This is what Erica Kirk did at the time. Probably still does. I don't know if she still does this or not, but I can easily give an example every single time. So focus on school, not boys. Create friendships that last. These are a bunch of different people answering the question.
It's like Mr. T in different video
30-second
clips.
call. What would you say? Exact same profile picture, exact same situation. Here's a bunch of people who are answering the question. Don't try cocaine. There it is.
She wouldn't even know who posted it. Like, how you know who posted this? Like, that's what's so crazy. Erica Kirk did not say this. Why is it that somebody has to be fake and gay or be a drug addict? Candace, that's because that's what you used to. Why are you putting that on everybody else? Good Lord, where are her parents at?
This isn't Erica Kirk getting asked a question. These are all of her followers answering the question, just like in the previous video. This is what Erica Kirk did at the time. Probably still does. I don't know if she still does this or not, but I can easily give an example every single time. So focus on school, not boys. Create friendships that last. These are a bunch of different people answering the question. Candace Owens, I just have to ask, why do you always get caught in a lie? Why do you always do this? And why are your viewers not catching this better? I expect better from you. You're going to get taken down. I promise we will call out every single lie you do. Tell me what y'all think about this down in the comment section.
Oh, Artie Mama, love ya. Oh, so good. The stupidity of it all. Candace doesn't care. Lying is what she does. That's it. Like Satan, she's here to kill, steal, and destroy. That's the objectives of the devil. And Candace is like, yeah, tag me in. She's absolutely demonic. You cannot do this much lying and sleep peacefully. God ought to be disturbing your slumber, you dumb heifer. Goodness gracious of life. Candace, you're not hard up for money. So it's got to be for power, fame, and you being a narcissist and the devil's helper. You're an absolute ghoul. Why do you get mad at that? George out here catch DUIs, though. She don't talk about that. Try to downplay it. No, it was a fender bender. Laura Loomer is lying, not lying. Laura Loomer's like, girl, fact check me, boo. Candace, I have been replying to Laura Loomer for months to get her to Loomer your ass again. And again, and again, and again. We're here for it. See, this is why you can't mess with Laura Loomer. Candace, she will pull up George's record. And he still should be deported. How do you get citizenship after you committed a whole crime and got caught with 3 charges? One of them involving a weapon. And he out here crashing vehicles into the earth. Girl, get your ass on. George, come out the closet. You got another DUI. I'm in here with Milo. No. No, nothing. No, never, nothing. You can't make this stuff up. All right, y'all. That's all we got. We're coming in at 3 hours. You guys are amazing. We had a great show. I appreciate you all. Hopefully, y'all learned something. Candace, your trademark records are just straight up garbage. You stupid lying hypocrite. You can't make this up. So all this projection she's doing, fake calling over to the Daily Mail, talking about she's a anonymous source and friend of Charlie Kirk's parents. Like, they don't want nothing to do with you. They're like, we don't be gone from us, you evil, wicked dude. The wicked witch of the West out here torturing people. Ooh, child. You can't make this stuff up, y'all. I appreciate all of you all. Let's get into supers right quick. You guys are amazing. I hope y'all learned something. I hope you guys had fun. Hashtag Mala. Make America laugh again. Because, you know, we can all do a Mala, Candace. Everybody needs to, at some point, you just got to laugh at the end of the day. And keep reporting her to the FBI and the police department. Keep on, Candace. The cult members don't do shit to me. Not at all. That doxing nonsense. I will sue you into bankruptcy. Please believe that. And we'll have half the planet rooting me on to do it. Because that's exactly what she needs. Be sued into oblivion. All this money you making online like hell. Because you can't read a book. The audacity. The CIA need to be suing her too for that logo. So I appreciate you all. Thank y'all so much. They're cult members. No reason to be afraid of them or fear them. People are speaking out even more bold, consistent, and keeping their foot on Candace's neck. And as long as she's lying like hell and putting people in danger to get death threats, to get harassed, report the hell out of her. And her cult members can go to jail or get sued with her. We don't give a damn. We don't give a damn. You can join her. Watch how fast these little punk ass get on somewhere. She won't even go to court. Shout out to you. Thank you so much, Adrian, for the $1.99 super. I sent it on X to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that was a comment earlier from Lil Diva. Oh, he's about the sassiest thing we've heard in a while, right? Oh, Lil Diva. He got so mad at Bronson. Bronson was like, dude, I was just asking questions. Oh, but you said you were doing this. And how dare you? The Democrats and the blah, blah, blah. Like, got his panties up in a bunch. Oh, little diva. You little punk ass. These damn kids, they don't even know how to debate now. So make sure you guys go subscribe to The Whole Truth. Gil, fantastic criminal defense attorney. Candace, we all believe and agree that you're a bitch. Then make sure you guys go support them. Thank you so much for the supers. And for, I don't know what these gems are, but this is awesome. Thank you, Star Scorpio, for the 10 gems. Thank you, Adrian, for the 2 gems. Thank you so much. Oh, Chris Ann, can I call you Chris Ann? Oh, that's a pretty name. 800 gems. Thank you. I feel so special. Thank you, Nikki B, for the $9.99 super, just for hanging out. Shout out to Juju. Y'all, shout out to the mods. Shout out to the mods. The mods are holding it down. You guys are the absolute best mods on YouTube. And I just want to say thank you for your support, for hanging it out with me. I know I can do some long live streams, but I appreciate you all so much. I really, really do. So if you got a LLC membership from Juju, make sure you give him a hearty thank you, and another LLC membership from Juju. The support is definitely appreciated and well needed. So I know it's going to be a little touch and go, because finding a job is a job in and of itself. But that's what I'm going to have to do. Just kind of divvy up my time a little bit in doing, content and everything for you all and getting out this information. We're going to be reporting on a lot on the second channel with True Crime. And if you can, go check out Lady Luck Club with Sweet Tea. Because this David case, the singer, that's picking up in court. He's in prelims as well. This preliminary hearing started this week. So I do want to get information out about that case. So we're definitely going to be reporting on Monday. Candace, go to court. No one cares about you trying to brag about something you're dodging. Go to court. So we're definitely going to give updates. Tomorrow is more of a clear day. So I want to be able to touch on Nolan Wells. There is an independent autopsy out, and it just kind of gives some updates on that case. And Saturday, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time, Nick Brooks will be with us. We'll talk about what we can expect on Monday, Robinson case, and get his thoughts on, what he, I guess, could predict to happen. Attorneys have the right to their opinion. But we love attorneys coming up in here. They spit facts. Thank you so much, Amy, for the 440 gems. Thank you so much, Uncle. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for the prayers and the encouragement. It definitely means a lot. Yeah, losing that job yesterday was so unexpected, but I know I want to continue to do this more full time. So yeah, she lost 2 attorneys, and then she just got one, and that was docketed today. So Candace got 1 attorney, new attorney. Catherine Mowry was the only one left, and then you got Noah Balk, who just provided a notice to appear pro hoc vice. So I don't think he's licensed in Tennessee or in Delaware. I'm sorry, in Delaware. So as long as they have, if you're doing pro hoc vice, you're basically kind of working under or with an attorney that is bar licensed in the state. And if the judge grants it, then she'll have 2 attorneys. So it'll be this Catherine Mowry and Noah R. Balk Esquire. All right. So yeah, you keep hiring Jewish attorneys. I don't get it. And then you all got Jewish people. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But here we are, y'all. So thank y'all so much. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll do another. We got to get the watch party in. So I'll schedule that, and I got to change the title of the last live. But we'll get it in, and I appreciate you all. Get some rest, and until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.